1975, and they can handle it all plumbing service, drain and sewer service, water heater services, gas services, and water treatment services, and that's just where it begins. Contact Modern Plumbing Industries today at 407-327-6000 or learn more at modernpi.com.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry the Bahamas and USA.
Welcome to Take 5 Oil Change.
Thanks. Got my seat cushion, crossword puzzle, and can't forget the hand sanitizer. Okay, show me the waiting room.
No need for all that. You can stay in your car.
I'll stay in my car? Get out.
Yep, you stay in. It'll just be 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Get out.
Go ahead, sit back and relax.
Well, I guess I'll save all this for the DMV. If only they took 10 minutes, am I right? I'm sorry.
Take 5. The stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
IKEA presents Keep It or Let It Go.
Oh, I've had these punk t-shirts forever. From back when I still had a mohawk. Back when I still had hair. I'd yell anarchy at strangers for fun. Now I apologize when my emails are too long. Is this me now? Am I a sellout?
With Storklinta Six Drawer Dresser from IKEA, you can give your t-shirts the quality storage they deserve. So don't sell anything you love. Store it instead. Shop bedroom storage at ikea.us/bedroom storage. Dream the possibilities.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a good program for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening in the world. We'll do that around 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock hours, What'd You Do That's New? A very interesting video on life on a submarine.
So cool.
We'll find out what Ross has to offer here a little bit later. 5 o'clock hour, we'll do trivia. We'll end it up with It's Only Money with our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. And you heard it here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the show. I'm Jim. To my left, my lovely, very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. Find us on social. Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show, and X just at Jim Colbert Show, and of course all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check out the website, the blogs, all the fun stuff, the What'd You Do That's New master list. All the segments are right there. And of course, if you want to send a talk back, that's easy as well. Grab the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that mic to send your comment over to Jack, and we'll get you on there.
Superstar.
It's that easy. Really, it is that easy. They just immediately start sending you a paycheck after 2 of those.
Do they really?
Yeah. You just 2 talkbacks to get a moderate response, big paycheck.
Thank you.
How you guys doing today? Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right, look at that. Got an instant response. I love that. Very nice.
How about you?
Yeah, good day. I will tell you, it's weird, though, and if I'm being honest. This time change thing has, for the first time in my life, I remember it actually is a pain in the ass. Like I never really gave it a lot of value, and I always thought the talk of it was silly because it's an effing hour. I mean, how much could that disrupt your life? Well, I will tell you. Usually, I wake up around 6 o'clock in the morning or so, start pulling the show, and it takes me about that long to kind of gear up. So by the time I leave, I feel like I got something good to do on the air. And today, man, I wake up, it's like 7:30 already. By the time I make my coffee, feed the dog, and do all the stuff, it's like 8:10 in the morning, and I'm just starting to do the show prep, and I'm already behind the 8 ball. It sucks.
I love it, though, because then it means you stay awake with me the whole time before the show. We get to visit.
Yeah.
It's nice.
That's funny.
The lights are on.
Yeah, I woke up around 7:30 today, and I felt like, wow, I slept in.
Yeah.
Still weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And I went to bed at a reasonable time last night, probably like 11:30 or so, and slept all the way to like 7, probably 25 or 7:30. And I was like, I felt like a loser.
Well, that's the part of springing forward that always frustrates me. For the first few days, it always feels like I'm chasing after the day.
Yeah.
Because you look up at the clock and what your body tells you, oh, it's about 9:30. You look up, you're like, oh crap, it's 10:30.
Right, exactly.
So that's where I find the difficulty is that it's pacing yourself and getting back into that normal routine and rhythm where you almost don't have to look at the clock. You know where you're at in your day. But right now you're just not sure.
This is just the first year it just seems to have made itself like like when I
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Like I never really paid attention to it. And all of a sudden this year I'm like my mornings are getting started way later, and it sucks. Anyway, 407-916-1041, text us 77031. I had a conversation with my wife last night, and I want an answer. Maybe, Jack, you can help me. Deb, you can help me as well.
Uh-oh.
Have you guys ever tried to talk to non-sports fans about sports stuff that means something to you?
No.
So I had a conversation with my wife last night, or actually this morning. We're sitting and talking before she leaves to go to work, and I said, did you hear that Mike Evans is leaving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Now, did she hand you your phone and say, quick, call Code Black, we're having a sports emergency? Because that's what we do in my house.
And she says, no, I didn't hear that. I said, I'm pretty bummed out about it. And she looked at me like I was a complete idiot. And she goes, how could you be bummed out? I'm like, well, he's like my favorite guy on the team to watch. He's like the guy on the team.
Right.
I'm like, he just, when they're playing, he's just fun to watch play. And I said, I just like his attitude. I like everything that he brings to the club. It's my favorite team, so I want somebody on the team like that. And I said, he left and went to San Francisco. and she literally laughed in my face. She thought it was the most ridiculous thing in the world that I had,
Really?
that I got my feels a little bit about Mike Evans. I said, well, what? I said, what if your favorite band, if the lead singer of your favorite band left? I mean, would you understand that? She still didn't get it. And I left this morning and was like, she doesn't understand. Like, I don't know what parallel to use to get her to understand what a big deal it is if you're a sports fan and your favorite team member, whether it be a pitcher, a quarterback, whatever the case may be, leaves the team, and how bummed out you could get.
How about the person who cuts her hair and moves to another city?
I had my second date today.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. Because I'm still looking for my guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the funny thing
That's
is,
the great parallel, Jack.
and let me tell you, that's happened to her, and she went crazy.
Yeah.
You're right. I should have brought that up. I was like, you remember when your guy went to L.A. and he wanted to be part of the whole, I'm going to make up and do the stars makeup, and you were out of your mind for a month. You're like, I'm never going to find anybody as good as him.
Slightly different in her defense. There is a direct connection to,
Oh, she
your
encounters
life.
that person personally.
Yeah. And it changes the way you look.
Yeah.
And your relationship. As sports fans, we are kind of, we're watching from our living room.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. You still.
But that's part of being, I mean.
It is.
You still get a connection.
Oh, I get it. Derek Jeter, I'm just so thankful he remained a Yankee.
Barely talk.
Yeah, just the fact that I couldn't imagine him finishing his career with another team. It just, it's so wrong. What Joe Montana?
That was my
finished with
number.
the Chiefs.
My number one thought.
It's not right.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers both promising that they were going to retire in Green Bay Packers uniforms just to bone the city on their way over to the Jets.
Right. And of all places to go after a bone.
The Jets.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. It's like we blame them. Yeah, but let's say I don't want my career to be over, and the team is not giving me the offer that I need. So, there are what?
Right.
29 other teams.
Here's the question, though. If she looked at you and said, yeah, but I don't know, 49ers defense should be pretty good for him. That might actually be a good home for him. Would you be any happier with that?
Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
If she said that, I probably
you
would.
wouldn't.
Because it's going to make the Niners better. It's going to make
What if she starts dropping knowledge that is beyond what you know?
Oh, I would be. That'd make me so horny.
Yeah.
Seriously?
I'd get so hot if she did that.
Because-
She's like, what? That third rotation in San Francisco's defense is really going to give this guy an opportunity to get on the field and do something magical. I'd be like, by the time she got the word magical, I'd already be stripped naked in my shoes.
But that is the paradox for women, right? You can talk sports, but not too much sports.
Right, yeah. Because we don't want you to know too much more.
You don't want them to know more than what you know.
Right.
I always think about that when I watch the MLB channel and they have, these female anchors holding their own. And I'm like, man, what is it like for you on a date, dude?
They don't care for that.
I bet it can't be real short. Now, Chris always appreciates when I can repeat something back going on with the Cubs lineup out of spring training, getting ready for the opening season on March 25th. How you doing?
Already knows the date.
She's so good. She knows. She gives me stuff. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I get married exactly 1 month after the start of baseball season.
Oh, crazy.
She tells me what's going on with the Yankees sometimes that I didn't even know.
Well, that pays for having to watch MLB channel in the morning.
The thing is, I don't think it's even fair to say it just happened. This happens to be my wife, but there are plenty of dudes who aren't big sports fans.
Of course.
Sports is not a super popular thing to talk about unless you're into sports.
Oh.
What?
Someone just texted something that's so perfect. I feel you on this. Texted us at 77031. For me, it would be if Steve Harvey left Family Feud.
Oh, my
God.
Right?
But he's so
you're
good
picking
at
a
that.
show that's already had 12 different hosts.
Like your team hasn't had 12. Like your team hasn't had 12 different quarterbacks.
This is what I like. Like this would be
right,
and this has happened to me, and this is a bummer, right? When the show first started, and I lived over in Baldwin Park, when we would leave the show, I would drive. We'd drive over there. We drove by this place. There was a bar called the Thirsty Topher.
Oh yeah,
and it used to be a place that my wife and I and Ross occasionally would stop and have a post-show beer, post-week on Fridays on the way home, and it was the same bartender every time. She was awesome. She was fun. She was smart, good conversation, a little edgy. Don't really know what she did with her life after her shift. Like one of those kind of chicks, right? Had tattoos where you shouldn't have them, kind of thing. But was awesome. And we went
Simmer down over there.
We went in one time and wore glasses too, by the way. And went in that one, and she wasn't there anymore. We found out she was gone, and it was a complete.
That's a heartbreaker.
The entire vibe of the bar changed to me after that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like it was the same place after that.
Yeah.
So I think if you have like a bartender, if you're a regular somewhere, and that anything changes with that scenario, I think that's kind of the closest thing, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's whatever your connection is. Your connection with the Bucks was Mike Evans, or that bartender at that bar, and when you lose that connection, you kind of reevaluate your relationship with the product.
It's odd like that. Like it could be anything, like because that person could represent your experience with that product, or that service, and that's it. I mean, you could be only doing that. I mean, it's that old sales thing, right? You're really not selling the product; you're selling yourself first, and then they want to buy the product from you because of who you are.
Jerry Seinfeld decades ago does a great bit about sports. It's really not the players; you're rooting for the uniforms, the colors in the uniforms. Right? The players keep changing, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm a Don Mattingly fan. Right. He's long gone out of his playing days, but it's the uniforms we root for.
And the funny thing is I don't really have an allegiance to that whole thing. Like when people talk about the idea of people not being loyal to their team, like Mike Evans was with Tampa his whole time. He deserved, or he should have. He shouldn't have done anything. What he should do is get the most for the product that he offers.
Yes,
I've got no problem with that. Like I'm not one of these guys who is steeped in tradition and tells you that a guy should play with one team his entire life. It's completely
if they've promised. If they've promised, then your word is S. Your word is S.
And his is.
And we found out just how bad of a man Brett Favre really is. And Aaron Rodgers, an egotistical prick who isn't going to play another season in the NFL. Not even the Steelers want him. Well, maybe they'll take him another season.
They might.
I mean, it's the Steelers.
Not have a choice.
Exactly.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. Deb, what do you get for news?
Oh, it's going to be fun, because it's news. Florida drivers were hit with another gas price spike. Meanwhile, unpaid TSA staffers and long security lines are awaiting you at the airport. And you want to look younger? maybe you need to get rid of those difficult people in your life.
Oh, my gosh almighty.
We'll tell you.
Bye, Jim.
We'll talk about that and more coming up next during JCS News.
Jack's already like 11 years old now. All right.
What do you mean?
77031 back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is.
Monsters in the morning.
Your in consideration outweighs his OCD. You know that.
Nothing outweighs Russ.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's really... All right.
The Monsters in the morning.
Real radio 104.1.
Both lanes are still blocked on Florida's Turnpike southbound past Canoe Creek Service Plaza. Traffic's getting by using the shoulder, though. Expect some bumper-to-bumper traffic heading towards that area. I-4 westbound past Lake Mary Boulevard. There's a crash off to the shoulder, slowing things down. You won't be running into too much trouble on I-4, I-95 at the moment, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Thankfully, Central Florida's warm weather is returning, and if you're expecting higher energy bills, don't worry, because Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim windows can make a real difference. Why? Because they're engineered for our climate. They help reduce heat transfer, block UV rays, and keep your home more comfortable year-round. And right now, during their 31-day spring savings event, when you buy 2 replacement windows or doors, you'll get the third 60% off. It's one of the easiest ways to upgrade comfort, protection, and energy efficiency in one single project. And with zero down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months, starting your project has never been easier. Here's what Julie had to say about Renewal by Andersen. Wonderful job as expected. All of our windows are officially replaced by Renewal by Andersen. The best ever. Thanks, guys. I love my new windows. Offer ends March 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
You bet I'm worth more.
You know what? You're right. And we want to pay more at Give Me the VIN, because good cars are worth more, and so are you. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Oh, boy. Solar Source, baby. That is the way to go, whether it's turning on the lights in your home or maybe heating the water in your pool. If you're tired of staring at a cold swimming pool, you know, the weather in Florida is great all year long. However, the water in your pool is not unless you heat it, and you can do it starting as low as $29 a month with a solar system from Solar Source. Go to SolarSource.com. It's who I use for solar, and also 75,000 systems installed in Central Florida. They've been doing it for over 4 decades with the same phone number. This company has roots in our community, and you can trust them when it comes to solar energy, whether it's the electricity or just heating your pool water as well. They've got deals and can work with you. Again, go to SolarSource.com today and get started.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
Escape to Aquatica Orlando for an adventure unlike anywhere else. Slide into endless thrills and unwind with sandy beaches, wave pools, and lazy rivers. Come face to fin with unexpected new friends and enjoy lively events all year long. Every visit brings something new at Aquatica, the #1 outdoor water park in America. Save up to 30% on passes. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet, now offering customers 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Because we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see lots of lawyers' ads. Most seem to be bragging on results, but are they true or misleading? For example, in some cases, a firm may try a case even though the at-fault party has no lawyer, then brag in the ad about their results. My son Matt got one for nearly $50 million, but we never collected one dime. Some lawyers may say they got a result even though they were sitting second chair at a firm like mine, and even though they had little to do with it. Happens all the time. All that glitters is not gold. At Morgan & Morgan, our results are real. Visit forthepeople.com and go to settlements and verdicts to see for yourself what your case may be worth before you hire a law firm. Do your homework. Fact check. It's easy and too important not to. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying a new car, make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-515-1771. That's 800-515-1771. 800-515-1771.
Need a new roof or gutters? Visit homebuildersnetwork.com.
Welcome to Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
My name is Gino. Latino.
Need I remind you that this city of Orlando was ready to Frankenstein pitchfork Shaquille O'Neal when he left for the Lakers? And now we retired his jersey? Yeah, that still burns. I do respect him, love the guy, but I will never, ever forget that burning feeling.
I think that one sits more in the city of Orlando.
I
than
would
it does
agreed
Shaquille
100%.
Hey, Colbert crew, it's Jimbo. Hey, Jim, ask Tori if she was a big fan of Friends, and if Jennifer Aniston left, would she be upset? Later.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. If you'd like to leave a talk back, it's easy. Grab the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that mic to send your comment over to Jack. We'll get you on the air. Remember, while you're there, please make it your number one preset. That helps us out quite a bit.
Pretty please.
I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yo.
Speaking of Deb, let's get some news.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, has this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
And JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Florida's senior senator says the U.S. and Israel are making progress in the conflict with Iran, but Rick Scott says it's not over yet.
Number two, it would be nice if they had a leader that wanted to have a good, positive relationship with with not only the United States, but all the countries in that region.
Scott says the best we can do right now is pray for our military and the 7 U.S. soldiers who have lost their lives in Operation Epic Fury. Oil prices may be pulling back from 4-year highs, but gas prices continue to rise in Florida. AAA says the statewide average is now $3.63 a gallon, up 14 cents since yesterday. Prices are also 56 cents higher than a week ago. The national average is $3.54. Meanwhile, as oil prices are pulling back following President Trump's latest threat to Iran, prices fell more than 10% after Trump said Iran would be hit, quote, 20 times harder, end quote, if it stopped the flow of oil through the Strait of Hormuz. However,
the Strait of Hormuz is still de facto blocked. The president said a lot about escorts and insurance and reopening it, but the reality of the matter is ships are not traveling through.
GasBuddy.com's head of petroleum analysis, Patrick DeHaan, says, here's the good news. He does not see gas hitting $4 a gallon here in Florida.
There you go.
Which is really good news, considering we're kind of flirting with it at the moment. Now, energy officials from the group of 7 nations are going to discuss releasing oil reserves to help counter disruptions caused by the conflict in Iran. The representatives from Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States will meet virtually today to try and come up with a plan.
Yeah, even though we have taken out quite a few Iranian ships, what they're worried about is as ships try to get through there, even with escorts, speedboats, with like suicide speedboats to run up against the boats and cause damage that way. They say it would be a nightmare trying to get it. That they would wait till they're completely full and then attack them then.
Exactly, and then we still don't get the oil.
And I heard today that it would be the natural gas tankers they would go after first because they would cause a Beirut level explosion. So they're already gearing up for shutting it all down if they have to.
Well, from the roads to the skies, where it's not much easier, airport security wait times are creating headaches for many travelers as the partial government shutdown has left most of the Department of Homeland Security without funding since mid-February, and that includes the Transportation Security Administration. So those poor TSA employees have already received one reduced paycheck and are poised to miss their first full check this week. In fact, Orlando International Airport last week held a canned food drive for TSA workers. The lack of pay has led to a shortage of TSA workers at checkpoints and impossibly long lines in some cases. Already asked you before the show, but Jack, how long were passengers at Houston's Hobby Airport told to arrive before their flights this past weekend?
3 hours.
5 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
5 hours, dude.
5 hours.
I'd rather walk where I'm going.
My in-laws are coming in this weekend from out of state to see the grandchild, and we're just kind of crossing our fingers that it's not going to be a complete nightmare inside and out of the airports, you know?
And it's definitely, if you're traveling to any of the country's busiest airports, think...
You mean like OIA?
OIA, Atlanta, New York, Chicago, I mean...
Dallas-Fort Worth, yeah.
If you're having to wait or show up for your flight 5 hours before, one flight got delayed 6 hours on the tarmac, hell, just rent a car and drive. Oh, wait, gas prices. All right, closer to home, Florida lawmakers are passing a bill that would tighten safety rules for electric bicycles. We kind of touched on this a little bit during JCS News yesterday, but if you haven't heard, the measure requires e-bike riders to slow to 10 miles an hour when they're within 50 feet of a pedestrian on sidewalks or shared paths, and to give an audible warning before passing. Violators could face a fine, and the bill also creates a new state task force to study additional safety recommendations. The legislation now heads to Governor Ron DeSantis for his signature. We're hearing a lot more about these places, and it continues to grow. City commissioners vote tonight on whether to allow a more than 1 gigawatt data center. Developer Doug Furstenberg says his company Stonebridge wants to put up 8 buildings on a 13-acre site in Fort Meade. This would be in Polk County, near a Duke Energy power plant, and he explains why.
It's not that the power technically comes from that complex, but it means the infrastructure, the transmission lines, all those things are at the best they can be when you locate next to it.
Yeah, well, opponents say the data center's water demands could consume all of the available water and leave none for future growth in the town of 5,000. Not only that, resident Ben Spate says the city needs expert negotiators to deal with these developers.
The money sounds terrific. It says we can do lots of things, okay? But the damage, if it's true, could hurt a lot of things.
Furstenberg says each building in the data center uses about as much water as a convenience store, thanks to recycling methods. Isn't that kind of like
that's a hell of a thing. What's it? How does a convenience store use a lot of water? That's not a good comparison.
Slurpees,
is it?
Jim.
Oh, okay. Sorry, buddy.
They're not made of sand.
You got to start thinking, I guess. I can think of about a billion things that use water in the GD convenience store, but okay,
the coffee
whatever.
maker.
Well, listen, it probably makes about as much sense as a tobacco company CEO saying that cigarettes were no more addictive than gummy bears. Remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense.
It's bum baths. I get it.
Don't forget the water in the mop bucket
That's
of a convenience
right.
store near the bathroom. That's probably 8 years old.
I was going to say that's never been changed. What are you talking about?
It's like a starter bag of bread. It's been there since like 81. They just keep adding mop water to it.
All right, this next story, talking about like social media and data use, you got to give props for agencies thinking outside of the box and the best way to get their content out there, right? Who would have thought the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office joining forces with a YouTube star? The JSO announced yesterday its series with Turkish YouTube host Alper Rende is out. Rende and his crew rode with officers on night patrol, embedded in their operations, and got a first-hand look at a SWAT raid.
All right.
The JSO says it wanted to open the door for people around the world to see what they do and how they do it. You can watch the 3-part series on Rende's YouTube channel. The most recent video was posted a mere 2 weeks ago, and it has already received 1.5 million views.
Has it really? Wow, that's cool.
Maybe we should reach out to this guy.
All right, very good. I don't know how many meth busts are entertaining after a while. Another meth trailer.
Have you ever done the law enforcement ride along?
No, we talked about it a bunch. I've just never done it.
It is the most fascinating thing to see because it's just like Stranger Things. The world you go to sleep in is not the world that comes alive after dark. It's literally when the lights go off, the cockroaches come out, and it is fascinating to see.
Oh, man, I got to do it.
I learned more about finger dams.
Finger dams?
Yeah, I'll tell you that story off the mic.
I used to wear a finger dam.
I bet you did.
Why am I uncomfortably intrigued by the idea of the finger dam? I mean, you guys are
There's nothing I can say to you about what was taught to me by an Orange County deputy that night that I can share with you on air.
You guys have I just walked out of the boss's office zipping up my pants at the Christmas party smile about you. That's what you guys have right now.
I had to wear mine behind the bar.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm dying to know what this is. Go to break, hurry.
Okay. This is today marks a somber anniversary, actually, for some residents in Seminole County. Believe it or not, it was a year ago today that an EF2 tornado touched down in Longwood in the Whispering Winds neighborhood, rather. One home collapsed. About 50 were damaged. No one was hurt. That is the good news. But
it's already been a year?
Yeah.
And some of those homes are still damaged. They still have not been able to go back home.
The irony of a tornado hitting a neighborhood called Whispering Winds. Because they didn't whisper, really, did they?
They didn't.
More like yelling, screaming winds. You don't really buy a house in that, though, do you?
Nope. Welcome to Screaming Winds.
Hey, welcome to Intolerable Winds.
All right. A convicted killer is running out of chances to clear his name. An Orange County judge on Friday rejected Tommy Ziegler's latest request for a new trial. He was convicted of killing his wife, her parents, and another man in his furniture store in Winter Garden back in 1975. But he claimed DNA evidence would prove his innocence if he could just get a new trial. The judge, though, said the evidence would have actually hurt his case. Ziegler's attorney calls the ruling a real gut punch, but he is going to appeal to the Florida Supreme Court. He tells the Orlando Sentinel he won't give up as long as the 80-year-old Ziegler is alive because we should not execute innocent people in this state.
Interesting. How could the judge determine that the evidence would or would not help? Did he review the evidence?
He did. He reviewed the evidence, and he said, actually, this DNA evidence would hurt you.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Which is interesting because it makes you think, how? Because they've been saying this whole time, all of the DNA evidence has already been tested. There is no new DNA evidence.
The only way it could hurt is to confirm that it was him, right? That's the only way it could really hurt.
It would be to find the victim's blood on his shirt or whatever. And I don't know.
Interesting.
Very interesting. We know Orange County is dealing with this. In fact, I believe they're going to be did have a meeting last night or tonight about consolidating and closing up to those 6 to 7 schools.
Saw that, yeah.
Well, Osceola County School District is also desperate to fix its declining enrollment. The district is considering considering hiring a third-party consultant to help bring kids back to area schools. It would cost about $935 per student. Declining birth rates and school voucher programs has led to a drop in student enrollment statewide. Remember, Orange County Public Schools had contracted a consultant to help recruit students back to their traditional public schools as well. And there was something I saw earlier about what Florida is like on the brink of, like a retirement collapse, or there's some kind of pitfall.
Oh God, don't say that.
Well, because we're having more retirement age people.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There's less births going on.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that ratio is
exactly. Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, a new education study shows that the argument claiming school choice hurts public schools bears no weight in reality. Patrick Graff, senior fellow with the American Federation for Children, this is this guy's words, says it's quite the opposite.
I found that the school competition approach was over 11 times more cost effective than if you simply just spent money to achieve the same outcome.
He says it, what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, he says it cost the state $3.8 billion to pay for the state's tax credit scholarship program over the first 15 years. That's compared to the $32 billion in direct funding to reach the same student achievement level. Yeah. Graff is encouraging more states to copy Florida's model for school choice options.
Yeah, I'm not. Are we sure about those numbers? No. I heard math and science scores in this state were down since that was instituted at that level, since we started seeing that.
And that's the problem. When he says we're outpacing states like New York and California, it's like, and then you talk to college professors who are talking about how poorly freshmen are performing that they have to go back to remedial classes.
And reading levels have dropped 2 grades.
All charter schools, because we know there is a vast difference between the quality of education in different schools.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and there's
and it's they don't have to follow the same guidelines
or meet the same requirements. None of there,
or even if they're accredited.
It seems a little suspect.
I agree. I agree, but we're giving both sides of the story, right?
Yep.
All right. This is a really, really cool story. I like this one. Student athletes need to be aware, and parents, of a new state law taking effect in a few months. The Second Chance Act requires heart screenings for anyone playing high school sports.
Wow, really?
Yep, it's going to take effect July 1st, but Jacksonville Sports Medicine Program Executive Director Robert Sefcik says parents shouldn't wait that long. He tells First Coast News the test can help doctors find a hidden cardiac condition that requires follow-up. And why have parents find it out after they're working out in the hot sun?
Sure, yeah.
You know, doing all kinds of drills and training. So I think that's a really great way to get ahead of something.
And it's so crazy. It used to be nothing to be able to play high school athletics. You just went into an old doctor, he held your sack, made you cough, and off you went. Yeah. Next thing you know, you're playing linebacker. It was really, I'm not kidding, man. I don't even think the guy made eye contact with me. He goes, get it out.
Oh, no, did not.
Cough again. All right, enjoy baseball. Man, if I'm lying, I'm dying. It is like, how much do you weigh? How tall are you? Cough thing, and then off you go.
Well, not now. Now you got to get a heart screening.
Yeah.
All right, another sports note. I thought of you when I saw this story, Jimmy, because the Players' Championship tees off this week at TPC Sawgrass with a hot start across Northeast Florida. Forecasters say highs could push near 90 today, with storms likely on Thursday for the start of the golf tournament. PGA officials are introducing facial recognition entry options to speed up the gate experience for fans. Just stand here. Don't mind this. Right. Local businesses say the week brings a welcome boost for hotels, restaurants, and shops across the First Coast.
Yeah. It's a really, really big deal. I've been up there a couple of times, and it is like the Kentucky Derby coming into town, kind of.
Really?
It really is, because that's a relatively sleepy part of North Florida until that thing happens.
Ponte Vedra, I've heard it's one of the prettier places to stay.
I mean, if you think some of the neighborhoods around here have nice houses, you get up there in those coastal areas and you're driving around, and you'll just go, oh, that's a nice place. That's a nice place. And then you're driving, and you're still driving past the place.
And it's only one house.
It's one house that takes you like a good minute to drive by it.
Damn.
And it's one of those after another, after another, after another up there.
Well, we were forecast here to reach a high of 90, which would actually 89 was our forecast high today. Our record is 90, set back in 1918.
Damn, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. If you set the record by 1 degree, should a meteorologist claim that you blew through the record?
No.
I think blowing through is at least 3 to 5 degrees, right?
Right?
I think edging the record is more of a is more
tickling
of an accurate.
the record. Tickling the record.
Right, holding the record while I held the record while it coughed.
There you go.
Show title. And then finally, having to deal with difficult people, right? Just doesn't work your last nerve.
Why did you move your entire face away from the mic and stare at me intently when you said that?
Because I wanted to make eye contact.
Okay,
we got all this equipment getting in the way. Having to deal with difficult people could make you age faster.
Yeah.
That's according to a study published last month in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Researchers found that people who have people in their lives that create problems and make life more difficult
just a bummer
have a higher biological age compared to their actual age. So on average, a person ages this percent faster for each difficult person. Don't go cray-cray.
Okay, so
keep it simple.
3%.
For each difficult person.
For each difficult person, on average, you will age this percent faster.
I think that's high. I'll go 1.5%.
Give him a dong, Jack. It's exactly 1.5%.
Yeah, baby.
Said the difficult person.
Yeah. That's all I see now when I see Jimmy. I just see 1.5, baby. 1.5.
1.5
1.5 Colbert.
That was my graduating GPA as well. So
1.5 Colbert.
I'm a D plus. I'm D plus Colbert. C minus Colbert.
Well, either way, that concludes your JCS News.
C minus.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Remember the NBA game that was going to feature the strip club? They were going to pay homage to the strip club.
Oh.
Update.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Next.
Strippers playing.
AI can't feel dread or regret or existential panic. We've got that market covered. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a hot day under mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will be soaring to a high of 89 degrees in Orlando. And we'll be expecting the very low chance as we head to the afternoon of about a 10% chance of an isolated shower or two. After sunset, these will fizzle out quickly. Higher chances of rain, though, will arrive Thursday. That will help to bring down our temperatures just a bit into the upper 70s by Friday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Terminix.
Termite alert.
It is termite season in Florida, and swarms have been identified in your area. Termites can attack your home or business and cause costly damage. Don't live with the termite problem. Before you see termites this swarm season, Terminix it. Schedule a free inspection at Terminix.com.
Guys, if you think about redoing your backyard space this spring, consider purchasing a Big Green Egg grill at your local Tools Ace Hardware. Tools Ace Hardware has the largest selection of Big Green Egg grills and accessories in all of Central Florida. And Big Green Egg, you guys know the grill, right? The ceramic Komodo-style charcoal grill that can handle anything you want to cook, and that is no shortcoming, dude. You can get this thing up to 700 degrees or take it down to 180 degrees and cook like that for hours. Unbelievable flavor. You can grill steak, make pizzas, smoke pork butts, roast a turkey. You can even bake a pie. So much fun to cook on, and Tools Ace even services Big Green Egg grills with local in-home maintenance and repairs available. Get free assembly and local delivery when you shop in-store at any of Tools Ace Hardware's 14 convenient Central Florida locations, or when you shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
I'm a good person. I pay my taxes, and then, right when I get my refund check, bam! Car dealers want it for a down payment. Well, not this year. I'm going to RC. RC Hill Mitsubishi. Every vehicle is a dime.
It's my tax time dime down sales event. It's inventory tax time, and I'm way overstocked. Prices under 20 grand, payments under $300 a month. Brand new 2025s and 200 certified used cars and trucks must go. Get $5,687 over KBB trade value. Prices under 20 grand, payments under $300 a month. With 0% financing for 72 months. Get into the best back car in America at RC Hill Mitsubishi.
Plus, you get a lifetime warranty. Lifetime on new and pre-owned.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi.
In DeLand, just 2 miles off I-4.
DeLand and Ocala.
RCHill.com.
RCHill.com.
Dime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
At Navy Federal, we're a trusted partner of the military community.
And we're here to guide you through these uncertain times, help you diversify your portfolio, and take control of your finances. We offer a 13-month special certificate with a rate more than double the national average. And members can access financial advisors from one of America's best financial advisory firms awarded by USA Today. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/SaveMore. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Savings products insured by NCUA. Investment products are not insured, not obligations of Navy Federal, and may lose value.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Life's messy. Divorce, car accidents, business disputes. At TK Law, we handle it all with experience, strategy, and the respect you deserve. We're not a buffet. We're a firm trusted by our clients and respected by our peers. Our firm has been built on decades of results. Whatever life throws at you, TK Law is by your side. One team, one strategy, one clear path forward. Visit onefirmforlife.com. TK Law, your one firm for life.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-515-1771. That's 800-515-1771. 800-515-1771.
I'm Anna Navarro, and on my new podcast, Bleep with Anna Navarro, I'm talking to the people closest to the biggest issues happening in your community and around the world. This week, I'm joined by investigative journalist Julie K. Brown. She is the utmost expert on the Epstein files.
The Justice Department, through, I think we counted 4 presidential administrations, failed these victims.
Open your free iHeart app, search Bleep with Anna Navarro, and listen now.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Oh, what do you do, Colbert crew?
Hello, Frank.
I already cracked it. I messed up on the first take.
That's okay.
You know, your favorite tea bag roaming around the villages. I don't know what I'm in. Golf cart, that's what I'm in. Anyways, today we celebrate bagpipes. I do like me some bagpipes, not only because I'm Scottish, but I have a set of bagpipes that are put in my family tartan.
Oh, cool.
I said tartan.
Yep. What it do, Colbert Crew? You know who, your favorite D-bag from Ocala.
We got
The
competing
best
bags.
hack for the gas stations
That's an ollie.
is to get the water from the fountain. Sometimes they'll give it to you for free. Other times, 99 cents for a 44 ouncer. Screw buying plastic. Come on.
Remember those stickers of Joe Biden when he was president that you could put on gas pumps that's saying, I did that when the gas prices went higher? Do you know where I can get any Trump ones like that?
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yo.
If you want to leave a talk back, it's easy. Grab the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that mic to send your comment over to Jack. Make us your number one preset while you're there, please.
But did you see that our D-bag from Ocala, he actually had the can in it.
Yeah.
Listen.
What it do, Colbert Crew? You know who, your favorite D-bag from Ocala.
Oh, yeah.
We have dueling bags and dueling beer.
That did not sound like a beer, though. It sounded more like an ollie. Yeah,
You
I
think
don't
he's
know.
cleaning out his colon?
Yeah. He doesn't have the same vibe that makes me believe that he's getting drunk at 3:48 in the afternoon while driving a golf cart randomly through a neighborhood.
Because that's a wise choice.
Yeah. Oh, I'd do it. I'd trade right now.
No, you wouldn't.
Just let me drive around the villages, getting hammered, drinking beer, yelling at people. I'd be down tomorrow.
Don't make me tie you to that chair.
77031 if you want to text us. So, yeah, we talked about this story. It made national news last week, I believe it was. The Atlanta Hawks of the NBA, actually, on the night that the Orlando Magic are to visit. I think it was March 16th coming up. Orlando Magic would be in town. They were going to do a Magic City night. And I guess tying in the Magic as a way to kind of bypass the idea that they're celebrating a strip club in Atlanta.
Hey, it's historical landmark.
Right,
We're honoring the visiting team.
I love the fact that
Yeah.
Atlanta, the team actually announced this as, quote, a tribute to an iconic cultural institution.
They're not wrong.
With food, including the club's lemon pepper wings. And these wings must be incredible because a lot of people talk about this club's lemon pepper wings.
Yeah, just like everyone talks about Playboy's articles.
Right.
Yeah. Or the steaks at Rachel's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tasty, but that's not why you're there.
And apparently this wing place has a wing named after Hawks guard Lou Williams. Along with music and exclusive merchandise, T.I. is going to play the halftime show. But it looks like that is not going to happen.
What?
It is now.
Come on, man.
It is now not going to happen.
Who harshed our mellow?
But let me, who do you think did it?
It was that player.
Yeah, it was. He's not even an Atlanta Hawks player.
Yeah, but it wasn't the team that decided this. It was the NBA that went to the Hawks and said, "You're not doing this."
Makes sense.
Yeah, you're not doing this. Like we'd love. I'll give you an example of what it's like. Right, I remember when I worked for Gabriel Sub Shop here in town, which was owned by a family. I think there's two still open, or maybe one, and they franchised out. And at one point, I think they had like 17 or 20 of these things all throughout Central Florida. And I remember the owners used to be adamant: do not add anything to our menu. Like when you get our franchise license, you can't offer your grandma's favorite coleslaw or Aunt Betty's brownies or your grandma's nanner pudding. You can't add that to the menu. It has to be exactly like every franchise.
But I like the sound of nanner pudding.
But inevitably what happened is every one of these franchisees started offering their aunt's favorite chocolate chip cookies or other dill pickles that weren't part of the franchise. And it just all collapsed. So this is what they do to make sure people don't have strip night things for the NBA.
Yeah.
That's a terrible look.
I got to be honest, I'm surprised it took the NBA this long because when you think about it, that promotion is Tuesday.
Yeah.
I mean, next Tuesday.
It is, yeah.
And it seems like, did you guys just hear this story?
Yeah.
Or maybe they were waiting to see if Atlanta would, if there was enough maybe community pressure that the NBA wouldn't have to step in.
Well, let me not try to be so crusty real quick and see if there's the other side of this thing, okay?
Good luck, 1.5.
Of all things, crusty.
The team came out and said, hey, while we're very disappointed in the NBA's decision to cancel our Magic City Night promotion, we fully respect this decision. Quote, as a franchise, we remain committed to celebrating the best of Atlanta with authenticity and ways to continue to unite and bring us all together. I mean, let me ask a question, all right?
Yes?
If Orlando, for people who don't live in this area, we have a strip club in town, actually a couple of them. One of them is unbelievably famous, like 80s rock music video famous, and it's called the Dollhouse.
Okay, I was thinking that was the one.
So
Is
then
that still open?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
And the Dollhouse was an institution. As a matter of fact, like I said, I believe a number of the 80s metal groups either shot videos around or near that place.
Don't they mention it in like a
Motley
Crue song?
They do, but I mean, I don't know if it's that Dollhouse, because I think there's another one in South Florida they may have been talking about. But either way, it's very famous to us. It'd be like us doing the Orlando Magic Dollhouse night. It would never.
I don't know.
Oh, what do you mean you don't know?
Strip clubs have a different relationship with the city of Atlanta than they do Orlando.
But what I think is interesting is that I'm not sure a lot of people remember. To me, the most interesting part of the Atlanta promotion was that it wasn't the guys. It was an actress from the 80s named Jamie Gertz, who is married to
the owner.
The owner. This was her idea, was to do this strip night thing.
Which makes me think about her way differently, by the way.
Yeah, 100.
Never was a giant fan, and now giant fan.
100 on that. And I was just watching an episode of Family Guy. It just happened to be on. They were on their way to Orlando, but they stopped in Atlanta because they're known for their strip clubs and NBA players going to them. I mean, it's what they're known for. Orlando's not known for that.
The Gold Club. I went to the Gold Club in Atlanta.
Yeah.
During morning show boot camp one year, all the morning shows in the country met in Atlanta, and that was my first and only foray with a strip club.
All right, let's switch it out of basketball, make it baseball. So you're telling me, what's one of the most famous, cultural, iconic institutions of Tampa, Florida? It's Mons Venus, and everybody knows it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying is they have a professional franchise there. They have a baseball team and a hockey team.
But there's a football team too. Why don't they put a sign out that say the Bucks stop here?
You could you could do that. What I'm saying is you don't see other teams that have iconic cultural strip clubs or adult entertainment clubs doing this, and Mons Venus is as famous as any strip club in America.
I think the DeVos family would be a big part of the reason why, God rest his soul, when they were alive, those kinds of things allowed in Atlanta and allowed in Tampa would not be allowed with the Orlando Magic team.
They have Disney on their uniforms.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They were never allowed to even bridge those kinds of relationships because of that image.
Atlanta's different.
Atlanta's gritty.
Come on, bud.
Dirty.
Get on board. And that's why they needed the league to say, you guys, see that line?
Down.
That line's behind you. Step back.
The dad in cargo shorts and Skechers told me, "Come on, bud. Come on. What are you doing? What are you lighting up, Trusty? 1.5.
Don't wear Skechers.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 7703. Let's take a break. Back in a sec with What You Do That's New. We'll go over Jack's Choice, which is life on a submarine, and we'll find out what Ross has to offer as well. We'll do that right after this.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's getting by a lot better now on the Turnpike southbound past Canoe Creek Service Plaza. Emergency crews have moved that accident off to the shoulder. The right lane's blocked on Colonial Drive westbound at Orange Avenue. On I-4, you're going to get stuck in some typical delays. There's some stop-and-go traffic westbound before State Road 408 starting to pile up. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Gatorland.
Gatorland knows you need more animals, more gators, and more fun. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less. It's $17.50 admission, now through the end of March. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Spring is a perfect time for renewal as things come back to life. You want to make sure you stay in life because that's what this scan can do for you, man. When you consider 1 in 3 people in this country will will die of heart disease. In a lot of those cases, you will get no warning. That is horrifying. And that's why we tell you about the testimonials that we hear about. The one for the two women or the two people who are going to the gym, couple, 60s, early 60s, wanted to make sure their hearts were going to be good for their gym membership, went to Life Imaging FLA. The woman turned out to be perfectly fine. The guy turned out to be in a hospital bed about 4 days after that, getting 2 blockages fixed. That's what these guys are all about. And that's why when we talk about prevention today means memories tomorrow, that's what we talk about with Life Imaging FLA. So don't mess around with this. Get over and do what I did, what my wife did, what my in-laws did. Get your free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. You do not take off your clothes. There are no dyes or injections. And while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening because early detection does save lives. Here's how easy it is to make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That is all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Guys, make that call today and take control of your long-term health care.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. It's tournament season and the deals are tipping off. As interest rates drop, we're driving them down even further with financing as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. And our team is ready to go full court press to help you get approved, even if your credit isn't perfect. Explore one of the area's largest Kia inventories at greenwaykias.com. More inventory, more competition, more money for your trade. I'm Joe Rossi and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
With approved credit. Offers expire 4/5/26.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
At Navy Federal, we're a trusted partner of the military community, and we're here to guide you through these uncertain times, help you diversify your portfolio, and take control of your finances. We offer a 13-month special certificate with a rate more than double the national average, and members can access financial advisors from one of America's best financial advisory firms awarded by USA Today. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/save more. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Savings products insured by NCUA. Investment products are not insured, not obligations of Navy Federal, and may lose value.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Spring allergy season is here, and if you're like most of us, you're suffering from allergies, maybe even sinus infections. Let me guess. Itchy, watery eyes, sinus headaches, sneezing, runny nose. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help, so you can start treating the source instead of just masking the symptoms. Aspire has helped thousands just like you with solutions that actually work. Don't spend another season being miserable. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. So it's kind of funny.
You guys always run that promo, Jimmy saying he sits like a woman, and it's funny. But then I'm on YouTube just kind of scrolling through, and it shows you guys, and then the screenshot, kind of you could see the studio view.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Clicked on it. There's Jimmy with his legs crossed. It's true. It really is true.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I wear tight jeans, dude. And when you cross them up one way, you get a little pinchy action happening. So, so I sit like a gentleman is how I sit.
Just like LBJ complained about.
All right, 407-916. Take a couple inches out of the crotch area. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Like barbed wire fence.
About to cut me in half. That's one of the greatest recordings in the history of time.
That is
having
amazing.
LBJ narrating to his tailor how he likes his pants cut because he was famously endowed.
Yeah.
LBJ. What a weird thing to know about a president.
Yeah.
But now that doesn't even matter anymore. Now we know all kinds of weird stuff. About
I know.
All right, let's do What'd You Do That's New.
What'd you do that's new? What'd you do that's new?
Hi.
If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Office is right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Clausman. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. Until then, What'd You Do That's New every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. One of the members of the show will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. We will do that and then reconvene on that following Tuesday to discuss what we saw and then move on to the next member of the show. This week, it was Jack's choice, and we'll find out what Ross has to offer here in 1 sec.
Yeah, a topic I was interested in. It's how submarine sailors eat, sleep, and survive. So it's all how they do that, because if you think about it, it is pretty amazing that you can stay underwater for an extended length of time and be completely self-sufficient.
Right.
But you have to be very efficient to be able to accomplish that. This video, not the greatest. It was, you could tell it was AI slop, but I think the information in it was still good. Yeah, it was pretty neat.
It was the perfect, for one thing, it was the perfect length.
Yeah.
Like about 20 minutes is perfect for it. And I don't know what you guys found amazing, but I always remember asking myself, right? So we know about the sleeping conditions on a submarine.
No, this was, I had an idea. This was way more eye-opening than I expected.
Well, you talked about the hot rack thing before, right?
Yeah, you brought that up before, where you share a bunk when you go on ship, because they have less sleeping quarters than they do people
90 beds and about 140 people, right? So there's some of those people, and I guess just maybe the lower ranking people have to do what they call hot rack, which in other words, you could go off your shift and go to bed, and your bed could still be warm from the person that just got out of it because you share that bed, right? But the part that fascinated me, of course, we know with nuclear power, it's basically endless. They don't have to refuel for 25 years. So theoretically, with the ability to make water and oxygen at will, theoretically, they don't have to come up.
It's just food.
They really could just stay down. Food was the thing that kind of killed me the most.
Yeah.
Man, how crazy was that stat? Apparently, when you get on a submarine for the first month of that, usually these things are like 3 month 2 to 3 month ventures, I guess.
There was one we watched that went 201 days.
Yeah. And they said when they stack the food on there, that when the first 2 or 3 weeks or up to a month that you're on the submarine, that you are literally walking on top of the food, because they are putting canned goods, dried goods, they're putting it anywhere they can on the submarine. So you literally have to live with the food in the common areas.
Yeah.
And work your way around it until it gets eaten to the point where, everything is kind of where it's supposed to be. I found that to be amazing.
For me, what I found to be amazing is the efficiency for every single sailor that gets on that sub. When you not only see the bunk area of where they're sleeping, really, I think of how claustrophobic you guys would feel.
Dude, there's no way just watching them walk by each other in the hallway.
But crawling into that bunk and knowing that the ceiling that's above your nose is literally 2 to 3 inches. That's all the headspace you get.
How many times have people hit their head?
Yeah, and then the other
sleeping
thing,
in a coffin.
If you don't get your own bunk, but then when you see that for that 3-month deployment, you basically get the size of a briefcase. That's it.
For your personal items.
For your pictures, for deodorant, for toothpaste, for everything you're going to need for those 3 months has to fit into that briefcase. But the food thing amazed me, Jimmy, because it made me think of that one tidbit you've always taught us about Alcatraz.
Oh, yeah.
About how they were known for having the best food and hot showers in the prison system because it kept the inmates from rioting.
At bay, right. Yeah.
And when you watch Jack, fascinating choice, by the way. I don't know
I agree
what
100%. I loved it.
I don't know what I was expecting to picture, but the efficiency and the size of the inside of a submarine, I wasn't expecting. But it makes sense that these people who are going to be underwater for 2 to 3 months should definitely get the best food that the military has to offer.
Yeah, they said it was the best diet. And when you watched them, they said also they created food for 150 people a day, 3 meals out of a kitchen, which would be the average size of an average house kitchen.
Or your bathroom.
Yeah, 4 meals, because then they have the midnight
rations,
because there's always a crew that's working.
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, my dad had taught me when he was on the USS Kitty Hawk, R.I.P. Kitty Hawk. It's no longer an aircraft carrier, but he said that they always kept the galley open because that's the trick to seasickness, is keeping your stomach full at all times.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So the galley was always open to keep sailors from getting seasick.
Yeah, the most fascinating thing to learn about was how they deal with waste.
Yeah, that was my second most fascinating.
Well, first of all, the hard trash that I never even thought about that. It's like, well, when do they get rid of it?
Right.
They compact it into these metal cans and then just drop it on the ocean floor.
So that means there are stretches of the ocean floor that are littered with these doo-doo cans.
Yeah, well, we've got poop bags on the moon. Why shouldn't we have them on the ocean floor?
No, that's for the hard trash. That's for the garbage. Now, for I think the human waste, I think that stuff
just jettisoned.
Yeah.
Don't they turn it into ash and then they just kind of poof?
Yeah. So the World War II sub, the German sub, 24 days before the end of World War II, they were doing their new toilet system and it was backing up. They had to surface and then were exposed and then got shot.
Yeah, and the Brits bombed them.
And it was the captain who did it. The captain couldn't flush the toilet properly because it was a pretty complex design.
There was apparently only one engineer who knew how to do it.
Sunk the ship. 45 survivors all became POWs for the last 3 weeks of the war.
And that was the other fascinating thing for me because it shows, we joke a lot about Bill Gates wanting to solve the human waste problem.
Right, yeah.
But it really, it's the biggest problem, whether we're going into space or we're going under the waves or we're sitting here on terra firma. What do you do with the poop?
Yeah, what do you do with it?
What do you do with it?
Well, in the ocean, you just send it out there, right? Because there really aren't that many subs. So, I mean, you could say that the ocean could certainly consume that kind of doo-doo and PP.
People say the same thing about cruise ships as they're throwing their trash overboard.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't cruise for years.
Yeah. And Bill Gates and the poop thing, what he was trying to do, or one of the things they're trying to do is make a toilet that doesn't require water.
Yeah, it burns
right,
it.
Exactly, and gets rid of the human waste at the same time. And then the other thing I realized, of all the people I've met in my life who have served in the Navy, I don't think I've ever met anyone who has earned their dolphin pin.
Oh, that's funny. I don't
and
know.
How cool would it be to meet someone who earned their dolphins?
So in our family, Code Black has a connection to somebody who was on a submarine.
Really?
And now he's a Fed, I believe, but he was on a submarine for a while. That's the one I was telling you that if you remember, he had to have his I guess you have to have an appendectomy.
Oh, right.
It used to be like that. I'm not sure it's like that anymore, but it used to have to have an appendectomy before you went on, and a full dental scan as well, because they don't want you coming down with any crazy dental stuff while you're down there, because they can't really surface, right? So. But it's crazy. 3 to 5 minute showers. All right, yeah, that's it, because it's limited water, and although it can produce a lot of water, they just don't want that waste as well. The one thing I wanted to ask you guys is this: do you think they have internet?
Yeah, because you saw, I don't know, but you saw someone there on his Switch. Actually, he was playing his Switch.
Was he really?
While he was sitting on the edge of his bunk.
There was someone playing a Switch.
But that doesn't need internet, though, does it?
Yeah, the game he could just be playing the game on the device itself.
It.
Yeah, I don't think it connects outside, because in all the movies,
yeah, that's true.
In all the Hollywood documentaries I've seen about subs,
that would kind of give up your location.
You have to kind of come to the surface, or at least to a certain depth, to be able to get an antenna out to be able to send and receive messages.
Yeah, because they said that even the pumps that control the water pressure on the sub are in a sensitive area so that when they're turned on, they
They're
don't
very
create a
quiet.
vibration
Yeah.
so it can be tracked, because apparently that's the big thing. You don't want to make any noise at all. And also on the sub, I guess there's an understood kind of thing where you don't make noise on the sub. There's no loud talking. There's no banging stuff around. They say the minute you come on there, you have to be cognizant of other people's space because you're living in such close quarters.
Somebody is always going to be sleeping.
Yeah, if you come in there acting like a douchebag, you're going to get checked.
That's when I realized I could never be in a submarine. The other thing that I found really fascinating was that veterans, and is it a submariner or a submariner?
See, that's
because
the
they
thing
called
is-
them both in the
Yeah,
special, and I
I-
couldn't figure. I just thought it was
Stupid AI.
submariner.
I always thought it was a submariner, not a
what I thought.
submariner.
That's what I thought as well. But to hear the veterans say that they actually slept better on a submarine than they do when they're back on Earth. Because do you remember that? Because
No, I
of
didn't.
the rocking of the
Oh,
vessel
yeah.
and the sound of the engines and the sonar pings, you just become so accustomed to that movement and those sounds that you actually sleep better when you're feet
Right.
below the ocean surface than when you're in your own bed at home.
It was funny. I didn't back it up. I remember there was one scene where they panned the camera around, and it seems like on the side of the subs, as if it was windows in a car, they were playing or had a picture up there of what looked to be a meadow.
Yeah.
Or with trees or something, almost as if to say, when you're walking around, to give you the illusion that maybe you're not always 1,000 feet below the surface. 'Cause
In a metal tube.
I think the cruising depth for those things is between 1,000 and 1,500 feet.
You know how fast they go?
I don't.
So we'll do it in miles because they judge them in knots, but in miles per hour, the modern attack subs are 35 to 40 miles per hour.
That's really
that's
quick.
fast.
The fastest one is a Russian sub that they clocked at 51.
Damn, that's really fast.
That is fast.
Because if you've ever been 50 miles an hour on a boat on
Yeah.
the surface, it's hauling ass.
It's like what you and Deb do out of the parking lot.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Hey, here's the other thing too. Think of the black ops our submarine sailors could talk about. We always
man.
talk about what our fighter pilots see. We always think that, we're going to see them before they see us and come here. I bet our sailors and submariners have some stories about the Mariana Trench.
Yeah, they won't talk to you about anything because my guy went out of the Philippines and we're like, hey, where did you guys go? And he goes, I can't tell you anything about it. I can just tell you I worked on a sub. I can't even tell you which sub. It was just like with no tracking data at all anywhere, no information to lead you to believe where we do go to monitor the oceans, none of it.
Yeah, that
Not
means they've got to have the best stories.
Not a syllable, dude. He wouldn't say anything. And he was drunk. Anyway. All right.
Great choice, Jack.
Yeah, great choice, Jack. What do we have for next week? What did Ross give us?
Let's see. He has not sent it to me yet.
All right.
That's our boy.
No, got it. This is nuts. The ridiculous engineering of the world's most important machine.
All right, we'll put it up on YouTube.
Oh, very cool.
That's JimColbertLive.com. Go to the master list for what you do that's new. And for people, if you get up there and you scroll through and you don't see it, if you just click where it says load now, it'll eventually load all of the icons so you can see what you do that's new. Sometimes if people don't use it a lot, it factors back to the back of the list this morning.
Oh, yeah, I gotta keep pushing it up front.
Yeah.
So,
This morning I had to look for a little bit, but if you just keep hitting load more, you'll find it if you can't.
Yes, and at the bottom of this year's list, you'll have all the previous years. So everything we've done since we started this in 2018 is listed up there.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Man, there is a case going on right now with Tesla that is absolutely incredible, and it actually ties into something we've talked about on the air. I'll tell you what that is next.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klausman, KLAUSMANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klausman, KlausmanLaw.com.
Bye.
If AI ran this station, it'd be organized. And nobody wants that. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a couple accidents on Colonial to look out for. Eastbound at Summerlin Boulevard, the right lane's blocked. Westbound at Orange Avenue, the right lane's blocked there where Avalon Park Boulevard meets Colonial. There's an earlier accident getting cleared up. Just look out for emergency crews in the area. On the major roadways, you're going to get caught up in some typical delays starting to form, so travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in my garage over 15 years ago to make custom blinds easy and affordable for everyone. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Man, here in Central Florida, it gets so hot so fast, but I don't know if you guys know there's another cold front coming in just a few days. The high will be 65 degrees. The high this weekend, 90 degrees. Is your AC ready for these big swings? Let me tell you, if you don't think it is, Mills Air is the answer. Talking to Leon Mills over these years, he tells me March and April are the times to get the preventive maintenance plan for Mills Air. Make sure your AC system is ready. That way you don't have a breakdown when it gets super hot. And remember, their techs can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. They can repair it. And even better, if you do need a new unit, Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer. And that, my friends, can get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to family-owned operated Mills Air. Call these guys today. It's easy. 407-277-1159. Online, it's millsair.com.
Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth more.
You know what? You're right. And we want to pay more at Give Me the VIN because good cars are worth more. And so are you. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Offices Orlando.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Tamron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Transform your backyard for less than $5 a day. Fence Outlet will install a sleek black aluminum fence that adds style, security, and curb appeal for just $125 a month. Visit fenceoutlet.com for details. License number C-10252.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-515-1771. That's 800-515-1771. 800-515-1771.
Your entire sports feed all in one place with iHeartRadio. Tournament coverage.
Launches a three. Got it.
NFL free agency.
Buffalo's got their quarterback, their running back. Now they've got their number one.
And the first pitch of the new baseball season.
At the wall! Oh, my goodness!
You're one tap away. Open the iHeart app and stream your local sports stations. Catch the latest news on Fox Sports Radio or dive into the world's biggest sports podcasts. Open the free app, search sports, and listen now.
Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power!
And we're back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Fight the power! We got to fight the powers that be.
Now, Mr. Colbert, you know how the Marion County boys get.
I do.
Just because I'm not driving around on a golf cart doesn't mean I wasn't in the villages drinking a beer. Now, somebody's got to work.
They do.
But that was the first of a 24-pack in 3 hours. We'll see how my dispatches go.
Yeah. Well, that one didn't go smoothly.
Girls, the dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale. Girls, Mom's Venus in Tampa.
Okay, there you go.
God, there aren't any really good ones in Orlando anymore.
No.
He actually sang that better than Vince Neil.
Did he really? I agree with that, by the way. Well, you talking about the guy who puts in the least amount of effort to entertain his fans. That guy is the worst. He is the worst. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here as well.
Yep. Didn't they play a Miss Monster? Was that Vince Neil?
Yeah, he opened up for us when we did a Miss Monster thing, and we hired him just as Vince Neil, and he has some backing band that came with him, and he was just he's just a unique dude. You know, he just doesn't really, I mean, he knows he's famous. He knows he's part of that group, and he knows all he has to do is show up, and that's all he does.
Yeah,
he shows up. That's pretty much it. Does not make much of an effort to sing the songs well or entertain at all, really. He's just, I guess, his appearance is enough for him.
Okay.
That's what I've experienced a couple times with Vince Neil, actually.
Really?
Yeah. You remember I worked with him that time out there when I did a bit where I was a roadie.
Yeah.
And that's where I met Nikki and Tommy, and they were the greatest. I mean, they were really fun. Nikki was great. I felt like Nikki and I could have gone to a hot dog stand after that and talked for an hour. Tommy Lee was a little bit more reserved because he was more famous than Nikki because of his connection with Pamela Anderson at the time. Mick Mars didn't talk to anybody, and Vince Neil showed up 4 seconds before they went on stage. Then as soon as the show was over, walked off stage, got in his car, and left. Like, did not interact with the band. When I say at all. But I was there all day with them, and they were doing sound check, and they did it without Vince. And one of the roadies came up and did it, and
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool, but he was not very cool. But the rest of the band was all right for sure. All right, so when we were talking in the last segment, I told you guys that Tesla was getting sued.
And you said it was something that we've talked about before on the show.
Yeah, you remember that when I had my Ford, what was it again? What's that thing called?
Oh, your Ford
Fiesta.
It was the Fiesta.
Ford,
the
Ford Taurus.
the Mach-E.
The Mach-E. I was going to say Echo.
And remember, we took the long run. We did the long vacation with an electric vehicle. We were going to do the whole thing.
It was a 4-hour trip that turned into a 17-hour trip.
It was a 17-hour trip that turned into a 29-hour trip.
Oh.
But it was a nightmare. And do you remember one of the reasons I told you it was a nightmare?
Specifically for me, my memory was one of the chargers that you guys had to stop at that was like in the back of a convenience store with like no lights. It couldn't have been in a less secure area.
Well, security, and also when you are wired up and connected, and you're in your vehicle, if someone shows up, you're vulnerable.
Yeah, it disengages the ability to put the car in drive and get away.
Yeah.
So if you are plugged in, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, Deborah, right? When we were in Atlanta, we went to a
strip club.
We went to Magic City. Then we went to an area like a convenience store that had a Tesla, that had a charging station. It wasn't a Tesla, but the chargers were like a second thought. They were put in an area of the parking lot that was really dark, and it was also secluded by the dumpsters.
Oh.
So you couldn't see back there very well. And I remember being back there and being plugged in. and sitting there, and I'm like, well, my gun's right in here. And I just kind of kept it because there were people just walking up on us.
Yeah.
Like, it's dark. You don't know who it is. You don't know what they're doing. I mean, it was crazy, right? And I told my wife, I said, if these people try something, I mean, we're going to have to, do something severe here. This is no joke. I mean, we're like pinched into an area, plugged into something, and I can't get out and unplug the car to go anywhere. And that's exactly where this lawsuit kind of starts. So this guy in California was at a Tesla charging station, and a homeless person who was known to be in that area stabbed him to death.
Oh.
He's 60. This guy, Ronaldo Lafont, 68 years old, was charging his Tesla at an electrical vehicle station outside the Downey City Library on the morning of September 13th when he was allegedly stabbed by a guy named Giovanni Navarro, which is a homeless man with 28 prior convictions. As a matter of fact, he was trespassed from the property that morning. The scariest part, or the crazier part of this, is while the paramedics were treating him for his stab wounds, another homeless person jumped into the ambulance and stole it, taking the ambulance and the cops on a 100-mile-an-hour plus chase in which the ambulance was crashed and that guy was arrested. The family is suing Tesla for $40 million. And they say the reason they're doing that is Tesla put this charging station in an area where they knew that it had some sketchy people and did not do anything to protect the people who use that charging station from the surrounding people in the area. It said the claim further argues that the area was far from an unknown trouble spot. Attorneys reviewed records showing roughly how many calls for service from 22 to 25. In a 3-year period, how many times was service called there for everything from robberies, armed robberies, stabbings, murders, all kinds of stuff.
50.
I'm going to say 200.
675 times.
Whoa, I was going to say 500, but that was way too many.
Assaults, robberies, sex crimes, arson, theft, narcotic violations, all of this happened in that one little area. So the family contends if you had, maybe not even knew, but I mean, if it was common knowledge in that area that was a sketchy area and you put charging stations there that basically anchor the owner to the vehicle and make you a sitting duck, are you responsible for that crime?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't force you to charge it there. You're choosing that charging station. I think it's a bit of a stretch.
Really?
I do.
God, dog, really?
Yeah. I mean, you crazy liberals want to sue everyone for everything.
Yeah, I know. And
especially out there in California.
And I'm not saying that they do have a case, but I have to tell you, it is an intriguing argument.
I think it's an intriguing argument because it shows to me that Tesla hasn't thought enough of that side of the electric car driving experience.
Yeah.
Because when you're charging stations now, I would need to know, did Tesla as a company, did they personally have like installers with the Tesla name go in and install these? Like who from the Tesla company put their eyes on these locations? Because when you factor in the fact that you can't put your key in your car, you can't disengage from the charging, you are literally a sitting duck. There is no way for you to escape what could be an unsafe situation. I don't see how they wouldn't have a case.
Let me check this because I just got a text and I read this wrong. They're suing the city. They're suing the city because of where it is, not Tesla. My apologies for that.
Okay.
I don't know that it changes anything, to be honest with you. I think the lawsuit is still one of those things that you have to look at because of this. If anybody would know, the city certainly should have known, right?
Yeah, well, I think that it's much more on the city's responsibility to make sure an environment is safe.
Yeah, because they would
served.
okay that, right?
Yeah.
They would okay that Tesla could put that there. So let me ask, I mean, is that the same as, let's say there's a convenience store in a really sketchy part of town, and it has all the earmarks of being in a sketchy part of town, i.e. bars on the doors or one of those pull-down steel doors like you have in storage units, cameras everywhere, people loitering about, and you go in there to get something, or you go to pump your gas, and you get robbed while pumping your gas.
I think the difference...
can you sue the store for being in a bad part of town, or are you just not being aware enough?
I would say that that's more user error in that case because you have other choices. There are going to be other gas stations within a 1 mile radius. The difference is that when you're driving an electric vehicle, your choices are greatly reduced as to where you can charge up. And depending on what charge you have left, you may not have a choice.
It still is a choice, though. You had to choose to go to that location to plug in your car. You could have charged it elsewhere. You could have charged it, at your home or whatever the reason is. Sometimes you don't have a choice. If you get down to it, but those are decisions you made to put you in that situation.
Yeah, well, that choice I made in Atlanta really wasn't a choice. I mean, we only had about another mile to go, and as we looked around,
why didn't you charge up earlier?
We charged as much as we could, but the stations were so far apart, you had to plan based on where the charging was available.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
And the thing is, you couldn't pass that up. Like, even if I had 50 miles left, right? I had to charge because there was no other station within 50 miles.
Right.
And by the way, 50 miles on one of those things is not a tell because 50 miles is way different if you're driving 75 miles an hour at highway speeds, or and if it's windy. All of that makes a gigantic difference. The range isn't really set in stone.
I think that's a big problem for the electric car industry, period. You got to get ahead of it because there's going to be more stories like that, right? A good criminal always looks for an easy victim.
Oh, sure, 100%. That's why I said when I came back, when I did the review of that thing, I said, look, these are great, but when you go to those stations, you better check and see where you are because if not, you are a sitting duck. Like if you go to Buc-ee's, all of the Tesla stations, like for charging, are out in the parking lot. It's well lit. There are cameras everywhere. I mean, the chances of getting into a crime in a crime scenario at a Buc-ee's charging station is virtually zero. I mean, there's just so many people around, so much light. There's no, nothing is concealed. It's all out in the open,
Yeah.
The lead attorney says the LaFonce family did not hold back on the criticism of the city. The city of Downey knew this parking lot was dangerous. They knew the man who killed Ronaldo had just been arrested there the day before. They knew the rescue vehicle wasn't properly equipped, and still they did nothing. He died within reach of help that should have been there. They further argued that the city and the area was a far unknown from trouble. In other words, everybody kind of knew because they got those 675 calls.
I mean,
they also said that the claim notes that Downey police officer Ricardo Galvez was fatally shot in that same parking lot in November of 2015. They held a funeral for the man murdered in that specific parking lot and erected a memorial for him. So there's a memorial for a guy who was murdered in that parking lot, in the same parking lot where this guy was murdered. $35 million in general damages and $5 million in special economic damages to cover a loss of financial medical support bills and things of that nature.
I mean, when you have an area of town, I don't think the answer is to abandon it. I think it's to fix it, right? So
that's easy to say, though. I mean,
true.
You got to lure businesses in there with the idea that
put a gas station in where cars that are combustible can drive in. Don't bring in people who are driving expensive electric vehicles who are basically sitting ducks. I mean, that's basically, here, put the picnic out, see how many ants show up.
Right. We need a car that you can push a button and it'll make the outside look like the paint scratched and all the windows are broken.
I think
like an LED screen on the whole thing.
I think for safety, maybe it's a type of eject button. If you are in a charging situation,
like a panic button.
Yeah, you could pull a lever and it'll disengage the electric thing.
100%.
And then you can drive away.
100%. Like an automatic disengage or a panic button where it spits the thing out.
Maybe an emergency source of energy that's saved back in the battery so that if you are charging and this certain button is hit, there's enough power to get you safely to another location.
The other safety issue I know we talked about in the past is the flat door handles that have to come out, like require electricity to come out. And if in case of the car is submerged, they have issues of not being able to rescue
There
people.
are some countries that kind of aren't there some countries that not ban Tesla, but ban certain models of Tesla because of that? Because of the door handle hard to get into?
I don't know, but I have heard cases of people who, while backing out of their garage, if the garage door came down too early and hit the car, the Tesla thinks it's been in an accident and won't open the doors.
Oh, really?
So you can't get out of your car?
Yeah. Ours would eventually it would stop on the highway sometimes. It would just kind of go into this weird thing where it would stop. Also, it sensors if you go to different pavement, like if you go from a paved road to a concrete road, it does not care for that. And if you're on a concrete highway, like parts of I-4 and 409 are, and the exit ramps are painted with a certain kind of paint as it goes forward, it will try to take you off the ramp on its own.
Yeah,
it will
great,
literally
no.
It'll fight you to stay on the road the right way.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's
There's enough other drivers trying to get me off the road.
I do that with lane assist. If you
Yeah,
if you hit the blinker, it disengage, like it'll say, "Oh, you mean to cross over here." You're telling it your intention. Tesla owner for over 5 years says EV car showing miles left is the same as making your phone show talk minutes left. Once you start streaming something like Instagram, you have less. What you want to do is make it show the percentage. It's a better indicator of how much life you have.
I'd agree with that 100%. Ours actually showed both at the same time. It showed what mileage they thought and what percentage the battery was at.
Yeah.
And again, that's how much you drive. I mean, when we got into Lake City, as we're making our final stretch, we kind of mapped out where we thought the next charging station was. And instead of driving, 78 or 80 miles an hour, we took it down to 60 and to make that mileage stretch. And it did help a lot.
Yeah.
It is amazing. When you start pushing a car 80 miles an hour down the road, that wind resistance creates a massive drag on that battery. And if it's cold, you're done.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's cold, it's worse.
Yeah.
I know the tech has come a long way, and that car was fun, no question at all. It was a blast, and I still contend the best makeup for American families is one fully electric vehicle and then one hybrid vehicle, because you would use the electric around town, completely efficient, perfect for that, and then you use your hybrid for trips. That's what I think it kind of should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because electric vehicles are fun AF. You wouldn't like it? You want to shift. That's your thing. You like shifting gears.
I'm over that.
I want my my aftermarket exhaust.
You can program those things to have an exhaust.
Yeah, great. Sure.
It plays it on a speaker outside the car.
Sure.
I'm not happy unless I'm punching holes in the ozone layer.
It's the American way, Jack. Join in.
Yeah.
Burn some gas, Jackson.
It's leading to our doom.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. It's a Jack leading to our doom.
Oh, yeah, like that's the only thing leading there. Okay.
Oh, it's not. No, just pile it on.
All right.
Let's go home and water our lawns.
Well, speaking of electric cars, you mentioned gas prices earlier, right? Like it finally made it past 260. I told you yesterday, or 360. I didn't see anything over 359 all weekend. So they have a map online that shows you exactly what states are paying for gas right now. And I'll tell you how bad we're doing against other states when we come back.
All right.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Tuesday night forecast. Temperatures tonight staying mild, dropping down into the upper 60s with patchy fog late. And as you wake up for your Wednesday, it is already going to be hot, and temperatures only getting hotter as we head through the afternoon. Looking at highs in the upper 80s, and some areas may even crack into the low 90s. But things change on Thursday. Our next cold front moves through, bringing in some showers and thunderstorms as we head into the end of the work week.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in my garage over 15 years ago to make custom blinds easy and affordable for everyone. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Man, if you're thinking of redoing your backyard space this spring, you need to consider purchasing a Big Green Egg grill at your local Tools Ace Hardware. Man, Tools has the best selection and largest selection of Big Green Egg grills and accessories in all of Central Florida. And of course, if you've never seen one, the Big Green Egg is a ceramic Komodo-style charcoal grill that can handle anything you want to cook. You can get it up to 700 degrees for searing off meats like perfect steaks, or take it nice and low to smoke a pork butt, roast a turkey, make a pizza, even bake a pie. They are so much fun, and the flavor is unbelievable. And Tools Ace even services Big Green Egg grills with local in-home maintenance and repairs available. Get free assembly and delivery when you shop in-store at any of the Tools Ace Hardware's 14 convenient Central Florida locations, or when you shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. It's tournament season and your trade could be the #1 seed. Trade values can swing by thousands depending upon where you go. But at Greenway Kia, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete head-to-head to win your trade. That bracket-style competition could mean up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. Explore one of the area's largest Kia inventories at greenwaykias.com. More inventory, more competition, more money for your trade. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Negative equity refinance. Expires 4/5/26.
Life doesn't follow a script. Divorce, car accidents, and business disputes. When life gets complicated, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a law firm with a reputation built on excellence, respected by peers, trusted by the community, and proven inside the courtroom. At TK Law, we've spent decades guiding clients through life's toughest moments with dignity and respect. Visit onefirmforlife.com. TK Law, your one firm for life.
My morning has 2 speeds. It starts fast, then it relaxes. When I arrive at McDonald's and order an Egg McMuffin extra value meal for just $5. Because that's all I need to start my day off right. A tasty, warm Egg McMuffin, crispy golden hash browns, and a small premium roast coffee. And with a breakfast this good for just $5, I feel relaxed for the rest of the day. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Promotional pricing may be lower than meal pricing. The Riz Delulu aura of 6'7". Did I get your attention? I promise the joke is worth it this time. Because I'm not going to be sorry about telling you to get a 67-cent hamburger or cheeseburger only in the McDonald's app. Think you're tired of 6'7"? That's just fine, we are too. We're just taking advantage of it. The joke may be dead, but it does mean you're getting one of these burgers every Wednesday or Sunday when you order on the app. So let's keep it on trend, at least for now. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Valid Sundays and Wednesdays in March and April. Participating McDonald's. Valid once per day. Must opt into rewards.
This is Headquarter Hyundai in Sanford, Lake Mary. Sir, do you read me?
I'm here, Private. What do you need?
It's this new offer, sir. Every vehicle, $99 down. Customers everywhere.
You can do this. Now get back out there and sell everything we've got. Just $99.
Sir, yes, sir. Every new Hyundai, every vehicle, just $99 down at Headquarter Hyundai. Sir, what about credit? If you've got a job and $99, you ride. Even if your credit's so bad, your Nana won't loan you money. Oh! Pay thousands less. New Tucsons, Elantras, and more. Plus 0% financing for 60 months with no payments for 90 days. And America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty with Hyundai Assurance. And if you've served, you save even more. Everything we've got, just $99. Headquarter Hyundai. On Reinhardt Road in Sanford, Lake Mary. HeadquarterHyundai.com. HeadquarterHyundai.com. For details, visit HeadquarterHyundai.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Congratulations to Adrian and Mary, last year's winners of $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, installation is included, and most windows are installed in less than 8 weeks with a lifetime guarantee that transfers when you sell. And now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. That's TRUST to 20129.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaid spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, JCS crew, what's going on? This is Ray Mello heading home from a long day at work. 2 more days before spring break.
Good for you, buddy.
That's the power of teaching. I never thought that I would live to see the day where gas prices are higher than my GPA back in college. It's crazy. One love. Peace.
One love.
Good afternoon, Jim Colbert crew.
What's up, buddy?
Gas is $3.79 over here on the Space Coast. Just had to fill up yesterday. Yikes. We'll be above $4 here shortly. Have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Colbert and Company, Concrete Mike. My thoughts on this Tesla charging station. People are responsible for their own safety. If you want to sit in a bad area and wait for your car to charge, you better have your gun with you. I don't leave my house without my 357, unless I'm just running to the gas station for 5 minutes, and even then sometimes I have it with me. That's on them, man. That's not Tesla's fault.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and I use that term very loosely.
Okay.
And the always beautiful Deborah.
Okay.
Hey. I believe one of our local attorneys has a commercial out there when it comes to suing, like if you're in a convenience store, whether it be slip and fall or anything like that. You have an expectation of safety and security when you enter a business. I'm not sure which attorney it was. I cannot remember. I do apologize for that.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here.
Yeah. So that's it. If a city installs a charging station, do you have an expectation of safety because the city put the charging station there that they knew would be a draw for people to use?
Yeah. How about a bus stop?
Yeah.
How about a bus stop?
Yeah.
What if you put a bus stop in an area, and let's face it, bus stops are usually in areas of town where maybe it's a little bit more economically depressed.
Yeah. People
and
more
maybe,
likely to use the bus.
Yeah. People more likely to use bus. I mean, would you consider that? Like if something happens at a bus station, would the city be liable because they didn't foresee an issue with that bus stop being in a bad part of town?
Well, somebody had text us earlier saying to keep in mind that, corporations always look for the cheapest land.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, and if Buc-ee's can do it and do it well.
Yeah, but I mean,
Wawa too. Wawa has usually a fleet of them. Wawas are pretty well lit.
Yeah, exactly. Safe, great place to get a meal.
Yeah, but the location. I mean, they scout those things forever. My wife worked for a real estate company, and those aren't snap decisions. I mean, those companies think about where those properties are going to be for years sometimes before that's purchased and put there.
Speaking of property, okay, I've got prime location real estate. There's a for sale sign out. We need to decide what we do with this building. Because usually when I see a business that's now for sale, I think of what would work there. And usually I come down to 2 answers, a poker room or a marijuana dispensary.
Oh, I thought you were definitely going to go self-storage or car wash.
Oh, yeah, all of those. By the way, every one of those is a strike. Every one is good.
Yeah. Deb, you just listed what's 2 most popular businesses.
What's the property? Where?
Okay, so this is beautiful prime real estate on the very busy on the corner of 1792 and Dog Track Road. It's across the street from a Wawa.
Yep.
It's formerly known as what they would call Post Time Lounge.
Yeah.
There is now a for sale sign out in front of that.
Wow, really?
What should we do? Let's make it something.
Let's buy the property and then sell it for quadruple the price.
For the record, I do not understand why that thing came to an end because they just rebuilt that property and it was was packed every weekend, man.
Well, I believe Mike Pinter was the owner. I believe after he died, and it was
the estate had to sell it.
Or the people who then got it. I think his family was like, I don't want to run a business.
Right.
I don't want to run this business.
We'd like to cash that premium spot out, though, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a premium piece of property there. That's nice.
Well, I don't know, another club. See, it was always busy. I thought as a club they were successful.
Yeah, I don't know why somebody did. I mean, the thing is there are some people who would go to that thing that had money. Like I would think that anybody could step in and maybe create a lease with the family, but the family doesn't want to lease it. They probably want to purchase it. And I can't imagine what it's worth. Probably $4 million. I don't know. All right, 77031.
Yeah,
what do
I
you
don't
think?
have that.
Dispensary?
No, I just keep it a club. I mean, it had enough. It had business.
I think so.
Yeah, it had business. It's got a built-in kitchen. It's rebuilt. The back line for sound was great. The layout is great. It's got a built-in audience. There'd be no reason to move it.
They have an outdoor patio area as
which
well.
is awesome. I mean, they could just open it right back up as the post time.
They could.
The
So-
Jim Colbert Club.
Oh, my JCC. All right,
is
very
that
nice.
guy's name
No.
enough places?
Yeah,
There is
right.
a-
God, I'm sick of it too. Trust me.
There already is a JCC. I think the Jewish Community Center would take a little issue with
Yeah,
that.
maybe they would. Maybe they wouldn't. Who knows? So what did
Yeah,
you guys?
they'd be cool with it.
What did you guys get for gas coming in today?
I tried not to look.
Yeah, somebody said 379
Yes.
seems to be
We're
the
getting a
number.
lot of reports on text and talk back on that.
And the funny thing is, this story came out last night at 7:00, and I think it's already outdated because the prices are increasing so fast.
Well, I mean, when we did JCS News at 320, AAA said the statewide average was 363. That was up like 46 cents from yesterday, and it's already up to 379.
Yeah, and that's what the map has, 363 right now. According to this map, who has the cheapest gas in America right now? At $3.13 a gallon. What state?
Georgia.
New Mexico.
Hold on one second. Make sure it gets that. Let me make sure. Oh, no, that's absolutely wrong. $3. Oh, no, hold up. The cheapest gas in America is here, and it's $2.96 a gallon.
Not Georgia?
No, not Georgia. But by the way, that's a great guess because Georgia famously has always has inexpensive gas.
Yeah, if you're driving out of Florida, you just you have enough gas to get to Georgia.
Yeah, let me give you an idea. In Florida, like Deb said, 363. In Georgia, only 332 a gallon. So a full 31 cents a gallon cheaper just by going over the line. And if you look at the map, they have it color coded. Georgia, white is a lower number. Georgia is white and it's surrounded by colors. In other words, everywhere else in the southeast is not that.
Oh, Louisiana? No, Texas.
No.
I would think it would be near a port.
That's what I'm thinking.
Can I tell you? It's the exact opposite. It's in the dead center of the country.
Kansas.
Kansas is the answer.
Wow.
Really? Kansas has gas at $2.96 a gallon right now. And as I can tell, that's the cheapest in the country. Missouri also has pretty low gas if my computer doesn't crash.
Fewer state taxes, maybe?
Missouri is $3.02 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it has to be, Jack. It has to be the state thing. Nebraska's $3.14 a gallon. California, where do you think California is?
Way up there.
$5.30 a gallon.
Yeah. And that's for regular?
And that's regular. $4.25 in Oregon, and in Washington State it's $4.68, and in Hawaii it's almost $4 a gallon, $3.95 a gallon.
What about my the place of my people, Wisconsin?
Your peeps?
My peeps.
Your peeps? Let me
Way
find
up there, up north,
Way up there, yeah. No.
Grab the bag.
Grab the bag. $3.17 a gallon.
No, that's not
so
that
actually
good.
not that bad.
Yeah.
The left coast has got it all. They got killed. They got the highest prices in the country. Right of, let's say, Texas. If you were to take Texas straight up, right of that, there's only 4 states that are in the red. In other words, their gas is over $3.50 a gallon. Like, give you an example, Pennsylvania is $3.64, Michigan is $3.60, and in Michigan's $3.60. So it's actually only 3 states on the right side of what would be like the Mississippi.
Yeah.
That are above $3.50 a gallon. Everybody else is kind of chilling in the cut there. Montana $3.18, Wyoming $3.20. So we're getting hit pretty good. We're some of the most expensive gas in the nation.
Information that really can't practically help you can only help you make you feel differently about it.
Right, exactly.
Because you can't. The more you drive to get cheaper gas, the more gas you're using.
Yeah.
You don't win.
Somebody just said diesel's down basically $5.19 a gallon in Daytona.
Oh, wow.
Could you imagine, dude?
But I was paying more under Biden, and there was no war.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of those diesel trucks that we see pulling around, those are 22-gallon tanks, so every fill-up is $120 or something.
Texter says gas is cheaper in Kansas. They just didn't get the news yet.
All right, 407 916-1041. Again, you can always text us at 77031. Study shows that people who use weed do this as well. That's next.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number 1 on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
Expect to pump the brakes on I-4 westbound getting through the city. That's stop and go westbound between Celebration and getting through that Champions Gate area. There's a crash getting cleared up on Colonial Drive eastbound between 408 and Lake Pickett Road, causing a lot of problems there. Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in my garage over 15 years ago to make custom blinds easy and affordable for everyone. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Hey, maybe you're thinking with mortgage rates at this new low rate and looking for a new home, and you have a mortgage quote, but you're really wondering if it's any good. Well, don't worry, because that mortgage guy, Don, can really help, and here's why. A recent study found that less than 20% of us compared that first mortgage quote that we get, but what you really want is peace of mind, and it's so easy. So just go to the website, hit the button that says compare, and upload your quote. Literally, that's it. That mortgage guy, Don, is going to tell you if it's any good, and you can get a quote with no hard credit inquiry. It truly is peace of mind right there at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office, Orlando.
Man, there's no question that when you have plumbing problems, your entire house comes to a stop. That means no showers, no flushing toilets, no sinks. It's the worst. That's why it's always smart to have a reputable plumbing company on call. And for me, it's easy. That's Modern Plumbing Industries. From houses to high rises, these guys can do it all anywhere. Employee owned and in business since 1975, and they do it all, guys. All plumbing problems, gas issues, heaters, and so much more. And when you book your appointment, be sure to mention the Jim Colbert Show for a $50 discount. Call today for 24-hour service. It's an easy number, 407-327-6000, or get them online at modernpi.com.
The Monsters in the Morning want you and your choir to take the stage with rock legends. Foreigner is coming to the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts, and one local middle school or high school age choir will join them live on stage, singing their legendary hit, I Want to Know What Love Is. Yes, your choir could perform in front of a packed theater with the band in a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Choir directors, get your singers ready and submit your entry now. Deadline to enter is Friday, March 13th. Visit realradio.fm/sing for full details and entry information.
This is the sound of Lucy, staying on top of her spending. You see, even though she's buying a new pair of jeans, she knows that it fits within her monthly budget. Because Wells Fargo will send an alert if her balance drops below her set amount. Yep, nothing gets past Lucy, or Wells Fargo for that matter. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
I'm David. I'm an attorney. When my wife was seriously injured in a car accident, we called attorney Glenn Klausman. He met with her at the hospital and again at the rehab facility. Glenn Klausman genuinely cared about my wife's injuries and spent time with us to understand all the ways her injuries affected her. Because we chose attorney Glenn Klausman, my wife received an extremely fair settlement, and Glenn Klausman helped us receive as much money as possible by getting the medical bills reduced. I highly recommend Glenn Klausman. Glenn Klausman at KLAUSMANlaw.com.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. Download a free home buyer's guide at thenickleegroup.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, Ohana. Oh, yeah, all over yesterday I saw 379 driving back. I got 359 and filled up when I got back on the island yesterday. And I feel you, Jimmy, about, maybe in the family, an electric for town, something for driving anywhere else, but the only thing I want to charge is a cell phone, a fish on the beach, and an American Express card. Hello?
Aloha.
Jimmy, what's up, man? Hey, guys. How y'all doing tonight? Listen,
Good, man.
I just want to let you know here in Knoxville, Tennessee, gas is $2.99. $2.99 for regular.
Oh.
Afternoon, Colbert crew. Jimmy, I went to get gas on the ride home. There was two gas stations next to each other. A Wawa, which was $3.79 a gallon, which is high for Wawa. And the other one didn't have a price. It just had a gigantic middle finger in the price.
Hey, it's Kansas Trucker. I don't know if this will help any, but my company sent a thing out on the fuel. Fuel is supposed to be going down. Wholesale price is supposed to be going down 14 cents. Our fuel surcharge went from 33 cents per mile up to 55.
Ooh.
That plus a discount at the pump at the Dick 5, 48 cents. I get 80 cents a gallon off. Later.
See you, buddy. All right, 77031. If you'd like to leave a talk back, you can do it. It's easy. Grab the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that mic to send your comment over to Jack. We'll get you on the air while you're there.
Superstar.
Make us your number one preset. That helps.
Please.
I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yep.
Yeah, the thing is, like we talked last week when the gas prices started kind of going up, we wondered how long it was going to be before businesses started kind of passing that on through their prices. Because when you think about shipping companies and people, UPS, FedEx that use, hundreds of thousands of gallons of fuel a day, when they're going to pass that on in the cost of their product.
Our grocery stores.
Shipping, yeah, you're right. Shipping.
Trucking from Lakeland ain't cheap.
No.
And
getting it to Lakeland to truck anywhere else ain't cheap.
Yeah, no. And then you got to give up that firstborn. I mean, it's such.
Mm-hmm. And then all the ships burn diesel, right? So I mean, I think isn't diesel or isn't fuel way more expensive when it's on the water? Like when they fuel up those tankers and stuff, are they getting a wholesale price? Because I mean, when you take a boat, now look, I know it's not a pleasure boat by any means, and I'm sure it's a much different pricing structure. But if you've ever been in a boat, or if you've owned a boat, you've been out on the river, and God forbid you had to stop into one of those marinas and get gas on the river. I mean, even when gas is like $2.50 a gallon, when it's on the river, it's like $5.50 a gallon. Because of the convenience of being able to pull your boat up there and gas up, So I wonder if it's the same, like if those ships out there that are taking these goods back and forth to, China, South America, Korea, Europe, whatever the case may be. I mean, those are hundreds of thousands of gallons per fill up. Diesel's now $5.19 a gallon. Again, I don't know how long shipping companies can absorb that loss when you're talking about your fuel costs going up by 20%. Crazy.
Oh, you just heard Kansas Trucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but how long before? And the thing is we don't really know what's going on over there. I think one of the biggest problems with what's happening in Iran, outside of the congressional approval thing, is the fact that there's been no real transparency when it comes to what the plan is, to what the timeline's going to be. We've heard everything from a couple days to short-term pain. That's a new talking point now. To how long it's going to be. I mean, we're going to be there 6 months. We're going to be there 3 months. How long is the objective? You're not going to win Iran with just an air attack. We've tried that 100 times. Matter of fact, other countries have as well. It's not going to happen. You have to send people into those cities to change those cultures. It's not going to happen from the air.
We don't want another house-to-house fight.
No, but that's what's going to happen. I mean, again, look, any general of any means will tell you, if you read anything about this, much like with Afghanistan, we tried to do it, Russia tried to do it, many countries tried to go in there, but they hide in those caves, and they have an entire network and the ability to move around without you knowing about it. And the same thing with Iraq or Iran is the same kind of way. I mean, you can't go in there with just bombing runs and think you're going to change the culture of a sovereign nation just by bombing them. It's not going to happen.
Or then the option could be arming the guerrillas, people to fight on your behalf who are in there, kind of like they did in Afghanistan.
Yeah, sure.
And Panama.
And Panama, right.
And Iraq.
Well, in Afghanistan, that led to Osama bin Laden, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I just think, when you go in and you do operations like this, it can't just be like a video game where you go in there and you drop bombs and cut videos out of it and put it out online, and think you've done something great. But you have to outthink this issue, and it's months and years down the road after your military action. You have to have a plan ready to go to institute almost immediately. And I just do not get the feeling that this administration has a plan like that. I don't think they know what's going on.
Like the feeling is like in chess where you have to think so many moves ahead.
Yes.
And it feels like they're playing checkers.
Well, another thing too, because look at the effect now this is having on some of the people in the Middle East that we have relationships with, Kuwait, Qatar, the Saudis. Now they're being kind of dragged into this and they don't want to deal with it. Their emirs, their leaders are saying no thanks, because they don't want to have to deal with that. So again, it just doesn't seem like there's been a great thought put into this rather than just let's bomb Iran.
That's what Bibi wanted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said as much, right?
Netanyahu?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. Trump said as much.
Oh.
Said, didn't he make a comment like Benjamin will let us know when we're going to get out of there kind of thing? It's kind of a paraphrasing there, of course. But all right. So cannabis is a big player in almost all states now. There are a number of times we've tried to make this a national thing.
That's why I told you it's a business that always seems to work if you have property.
Oh, you're right. 100%, right? But they're also finding out some things as cannabis kind of comes back into play. And of course, medical cannabis is one of those things. That's kind of where it started here in America. People using cannabis to relieve pain, to anxiety, whatever the case may be, eating disorders. If you're in chemo and you don't have an appetite anymore, one of the few things it's ever talked about is marijuana gives you an appetite. So people who are chemo patients, they smoke or use some type of derivative of THC to engage their appetite so they can eat again. But there are also, much like we're finding out with these semaglutides, that there are also a ton of side effects that are very positive from those things, right? It's not just your weight loss. Now, of course, now it affects your diabetes. Heart disease can go down. Now they're saying that semaglutides can even affect addiction issues positively, right?
Okay.
So what do you think that THC, the side effect of THC could be for a group of people that could really use it? And this is not it is a disease.
I feel like we've talked about this before.
What was it?
Was it that marijuana smokers don't drink as much?
Yeah, they don't drink as much. I don't remember having this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that what's happening now is THC creates a reduced short-term alcohol consumption, and it delays drinking among heavy drinkers in a lab setting. So that means basically if you smoke before you go out, chances are you're not going to drink as much alcohol.
Gee, I wonder if this has anything to do with big alcohol being so fervently against the legalization of recreational marijuana.
This is exactly what it's for, dude. Are you kidding?
That explains why it's not going to be on our ballot.
I mean, look, I'm not saying it's great for you by any means, but obviously we know that alcohol is a toxin to every single organ in your body, and it's really bad for you across the board. If you talk to any doctor, they'll tell you, if you drink or smoke, you should stop doing both or reduce it greatly. But drinking is one of those where
they never tell you to increase it.
They never do.
They never say your alcohol intake is a little low.
It says
shoot for the stars.
Now it says what you don't want to do is replace alcohol with cannabis because that poses a risk of being addicted to that and created a dependency on top of that. But they say if people who do have heavy drinking issues, if they start using THC in moderacy, that there's a possibility it will reduce how much alcohol and the short-term use as well. In other words, you won't binge drink as much.
I'm going to go home and put that to the test.
Are you really? Very nice. It says cutting back on alcohol doesn't necessarily mean giving up a buzz entirely. As cannabis moves further into the mainstream, more people are turning to edibles and THC drinks instead of the second cocktail. That's what I see more than anything. I don't see many people smoking or using vapes or stuff anymore. I see people drinking those THC drinks like crazy. I cannot confirm nor deny that they were on the bourbon bus. I cannot confirm nor deny that there are people who did not drink bourbon that had their breeze drinks on the bourbon bus to make sure that they were in tune with everybody else.
But again, speaking to big alcohol's influence in the lobby is in the government spending bill, they baked in that thing where they are going to reduce that.
They're going to reduce what?
The
THC derivatives
that you're allowed to have in those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, they are literally
that entire industry is going to be gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that part of that.
It was the last government shutdown,
It was
right?
the last government shutdown. In the deal, they snuck that one in there that it would totally undercut that industry.
Wow.
So
crazy.
you're going to want to, anyone who hears that, you're going to want to stock up because now they've moved, of course, into like the liquor where it's infused.
Yeah, it has.
So, I mean, if you go to like any ABC, they're going to have their own breeze section.
Yeah, they have that. It looks like it comes in like an old moonshine jug is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And what they tell you to do is just use that to mix into your cocktails as you would any of your favorite liquors. It says the laboratory environment also is highly controlled. It lacks scenarios like social pressure, loud music,
conversation,
varied environments of real world drinking. In other words, if they just put you in a room and say, hey, smoke a little of this and tell me if you want to drink a little of that, you're like, well, I'm not so sure. But if you put them in a club and there's some white snake blowing out, I'm guessing my man
research is going to be all kinds of different.
I'm guessing my man who likes double jack and Coke talls is going to continue on.
Exactly, except probably make them short.
It says THC can control or can change alcohol cravings through a process known as behavioral substitution, where an individual reaches a certain level of intoxication from cannabis, decreasing their desire to seek further gratification from alcohol. So what's that mean then? They get high enough on THC where they don't think they need any more alcohol to get past it. It's a completely different buzz altogether.
Yeah.
Like I hate being drunk. I hate it. I hate the way it feels.
That's not what people were saying Sunday on the bourbon bus.
Nah, I did not get drunk. But that first stop, I did get a Huggy Buzz going. Everybody knows what a Huggy Buzz is.
So instead of Huggy Bear the pimp from Starsky and Hutch, we're going to call you Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear is where you get real glassy, smiley, and just you have your arms open all the time. You're saying stuff like, come here for a second. Oh, come here. Starts out with a shoulder pat. Next thing you know, you're fully engaged.
Oh.
Boob to boob.
Wasn't expecting that.
Well, it didn't happen. I'm just saying that's what happens when you have a little too much sugar.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, indeed.
Nudge, nudge.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us again at 77031. So I want to talk about kind of brand loyalty when we come back. There is a store that's making a major revamp, and people are saying that it isn't going to matter because the vibe of the store is dead. And I want to see if you guys agree with that. If you have any parallel experiences, I'll tell you what it is next.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Left lane's blocked due to an accident eastbound on 408 before I-4. I-4 eastbound before Lee Road off to the shoulder. There's a crash getting cleared up. Look out for an accident on John Young Parkway at Oak Ridge Road. There's an earlier accident getting cleared up off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound at Osceola Polk Line Road. The roadways are busy. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com.
Chumba Casino wants to add some fun gameplay to your day with a new social slot game. Ryan Seacrest 10K Ways. It's the perfect go-to escape. Big spins await only on Chumba Casino.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Look, man, you're out there sitting right now in your house. You want to put it up for sale. You want to move on to that next stage of your life. The big question is, how do I do that? Do I go for sale by owner? Nope, you do not. Do I choose a realtor out of, do I ask a friend? Do I go search? What should you do? Well, what you should do is go check out the Nickley Group, the number one real estate team in all of Central Florida. Here's why. On average, they get about 6% more for their listings than their competitors, and they sell those homes twice as fast. So your home, you're making more money on it, and it's not on the market as long. How good is that? And when it comes to buying a house, again, the Nickley Group is there for you with an army of realtors going all throughout the Central Florida area, finding every single house that checks all the boxes you're looking for. That way you have as many options as possible. And I will tell you guys, as a guy who sold and bought a number of homes in Central Florida, there is nothing like having a good real estate company to manage that for you and get that maximum dollar. And when you throw in their VIP program, free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies, and access to off-market properties before they get listed, it really becomes unfair to other realtors. These guys even have a deal that you don't have to deal with real estate at all. It's called their guaranteed cash offer. That means no showings, no open houses, and that deal can close in as little as 14 days, guys. You can't beat them. The number one real estate team in all of Central Florida. Contact them today. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Our 2026 iHeart Podcast Awards are happening live at South by Southwest.
And the winner is...
Watch live Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, free at Veeps.com or the Veeps app. And hear it here at 11 p.m.
Bring the good with avocados from Mexico. Whether you're listening, snacking, or simply enjoying the moment, spark the joy with every bite. Bring the good flavor, rich and craveable.
Avocados from Mexico. Always good.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is brought to us by the Home Builders Network. What is that? Well, that's your phone call when you need this stuff done around your house. Maybe it's the roof. Is something wrong with the roof? Is it leaking? Do you need a new roof? Go to the Home Builders Network at hbnusa.com. Maybe you want to put a new window in, or maybe replace all your windows, or a brand new front door, gutters. How about a bathroom replacement? Guess what? The Home Builders Network can do all of that. I'm talking about Mike, the home builder, several decades of real contractor experience, real hands-on experience. That makes a difference. Did the bathroom in my home, a new roof, gutters as well. He can help you out as well. For those projects that are bigger than just the weekend honey-do list, it's the Home Builders Network. You can follow the Home Builders Network on Facebook and Instagram, see their recent work. Go to hbnusa.com. Again, it's hbnusa.com. License number CBC 1255975 and CCC 1329039.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. It's tournament season and the deals are tipping off. As interest rates drop, we're driving them down even further with financing as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. And our team is ready to go full court press to help you get approved, even if your credit isn't perfect. Explore one of the area's largest Kia inventories at greenwaykias.com. More inventory, more competition, more money for your trade. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
With approved credit. Offers expire 4/5/26.
I want you to want me.
Cheap Trick, live, all washed up. March 11th, 8 p.m., Hard Rock Live Orlando. On sale now at Hard Rock Live Box Office and Ticketmaster.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
Make your dream of a new paver's driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Tamron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I'm Anna Navarro, and on my new podcast, Bleep with Anna Navarro, I'm talking to the people closest to the biggest issues happening in your community and around the world. This week, I'm joined by investigative journalist Julie K. Brown. She is the utmost expert on the Epstein files.
The Justice Department, through, I think we counted 4 presidential administrations, failed these victims.
Open your free iHeart app, search Bleep with Anna Navarro, and listen now.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Still to come, the common sense financial advice you need. It's Only Money with Scott Brown, today at 6:20 on The Jim Colbert Show.
What up, guys? We're from Duval. It's about 2012. Me and my wife were in Nashville hanging out and drinking. We decided to get an Uber. We never got one, first time. So we get it, and it says it's going to be a Tesla. We knew nothing about Teslas. Never been in one, never. So it pulls up, and we go to the car, and I can't open my handle. She can't figure her handle out. And I'm like, I go to the driver and say, hey, man, we can't figure out how to open the door. This son of a bitch drives off and leaves us in the middle of the street in Nashville, man. We were pissed.
JCS being the best leaves me less stressed while I deal with all these fools that try to contest. You hear me? Shout out, guys. Jim, you saying that Georgia is whites surrounded by coloreds is one of the most...
No, stop. Stop it,
one of the
dude.
most accurate statements of all time. Okay,
Stop, dude. You know what I was talking about.
Ew, I'm from Tennessee, and we're only paying $2.99 a gallon for gas. No, you're not. You're really paying $2.99 and 9 cents. Pretty much $3 a gallon. Why in the world are we still paying for gas by tenths of a cent? We phased out pennies, and we're still paying tenths of a cent? Make it make sense!
Taxes! That's it. It's taxes. I mean, we had a tenth of a cent times 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, a million a day, dude.
Instead of $2.99, why not make it $3?
Yeah.
Why not? Why does it have to be $2.99.9?
Well, that's everything on the store shelf, right? Yeah. I mean, you see the 2 first, and you look at it, and you're like, oh, it's $2.99.
Yeah.
Still a 2, not a 3.
But so any other price like $2.89 or less, do we really need tenths? Come on. Raise it a tenth. Let's just move forward.
Well, that's why they do. I mean, they raise taxes by a tenth of a cent. I mean, they do that sometimes, right? Isn't that the whole idea?
I think it's to keep the sign industry afloat. that makes those little numbered signs.
That's a fair theory, Jack. I'll give you that one. All right, welcome back to the
sign is behind it.
Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Big sign.
Big sign is the problem, Deb. That's what he says. Big sign. So there is a major retailer out there that is going through a major revamp. As a matter of fact, it's planning on store overhauls, billions of dollars being set aside to remodel locations, expand product categories, and try to bring shoppers back into the stores. But the problem is, a lot of people say when they poll about this brand that they don't care what they're going to do. They just don't want to come back. That the shopping experience at this brand has changed so dramatically that they're simply not interested in being part of it anymore.
Is it the shopping experience or the advertised philosophy of the company?
Well, I was going to say, because it can't be the one that I live by because that place is slammed.
You know, they do mention that occasionally, by the way, and it says, according to details shared by this company, they plan to refresh store layouts, expand product assortments, invest heavily in staffing and training to improve consistency in the stores, and they also plan to expand by 30 new locations and remodel over 130 existing stores. Now, we know a company that did this. Winn-Dixie did this.
Yeah.
They They went through their brands, and because Winn-Dixie had always been that lower tier shopping experience when Publix had set the tone in Florida, especially in the Southeast for sure, that they created these marketplace spaces. And I just happened to be next to one when I lived out there. After it was done, I walked in and I said, "Oh man, this looks great." Still Winn-Dixie. It's still Winn-Dixie. It was still, the people did not change. It was the same exact customer base that came in there. It did not step up the customer base. And I did that in quotation marks, air quotes, because I think they thought they were going to try to go in and take some of Publix's money, and it just didn't work that way. The people who were going to Winn-Dixie just said to themselves, "Hey, we got a nicer Winn-Dixie."
Yeah.
And outside of that, it wasn't anything else. We're talking about a Target, of course. And Target is going through it pretty bad, I guess.
Are they still going to keep the red kickballs out front?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm with Deborah, though. I think the location makes a big difference because the one in Mount Dora is standing room only, pretty much 24 hours a day, and that Walmart's even worse.
I could not believe the amount of young women that were in there with by the nail polish, by the eyelashes. There's an Ulta store. There's an Ulta makeup store in our Target.
Yeah.
That's where I got some of that Korean glass, those gel masks.
Yeah,
You guys have heard all about
sure,
them, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I wear them at night.
They're the latest rage.
They really, really are. So
what it does to my crow's feet is simply amazing.
You got to try it.
You can really see it now.
It's amazing.
Or you can't.
But they have an Ulta store, and like you were saying, Jimmy, it is standing room only. You're better off standing in line to get a register with a cashier than to try and do one of those self-checkout lanes. The lines are so long.
And that's exactly what they're saying. That's part of the new rollout is the new, upgrading the beauty area, upgrading the grocery area. And to me, that's the thing that kind of lost Target for me. For one thing, I never was a big Target shopper because I thought it was too expensive.
Yes.
When you go in there, everything was just a little too expensive.
Says the guy who goes to Publix.
And when they offered food, it kind of changed the entire vibe of the store for me. And I cannot even begin to tell you why. Because it didn't do it for Walmart.
Some of the best frozen Indian food you could ever get is at Target.
Is it really?
Oh, I used to shop for their food. But then when I lived in Soto, it was a different option.
Yeah.
The layout, too. So, and I guess they're all somewhat different, right? I just know the Walmart that I go to that has food, you walk in and it's to the right, it's food. To the left, it's your traditional Walmart. With Target, the one I go to, you walk in and the food is all the way at the other end, and it just feels like it's an afterthought, like it's just an add-on.
It is. It's
it used to be lawn and garden, and now it's food.
That's exactly what it is, dude. I'm telling you, the entire right-hand side of the store, the one we go to, is the food store, and I'm not saying they do a bad job there. They have all the things you need, and even that little bit of a produce and meat department they have actually isn't bad. But I'm just not used to buying my groceries there. I will tell you how crazy it is. We were in Target over the holidays, right? And we needed some items, which were groceries and just, sundries, just hard goods, whatever, detergent, things of that nature, right? Bought all of the sundries there and left to go to the grocery store to buy the groceries when Target had what I needed. But because I'm not conditioned to buy my groceries at Target, it felt weird buying them there. So I left. Now, I know that's me.
I was going to say, that's a you thing.
Yeah, that is a me thing. But what I'm saying is, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Once you get used to a brand offering something, when they change that, it changes the way you feel about that brand, does it not?
Sure.
You don't think so?
It would depend.
And they do mention the DEI and the changes of all that stuff. They mention that with Target where a number of people have boycotted, but much like Bud Light, eventually people that like the brand are going to go back. I mean, all that stuff is going to kind of go under the bridge, and you'll go back.
Yeah, you boycott as so long as it's not inconvenient.
Right, exactly.
That's a huge one. But with Target and their boycott, it was like they were it's not that they were just kind of indifferent and then they decided to pull back some of their more liberal stances. They projected one of DEI and all-inclusive and, pronouns on their name tags and whatnot. And they really kind of leaned into being that brand and then not only pull back, but went in the other direction.
And that's what got them from both directions.
Correct.
So when they embraced the LGBTQ community, the trans community, they got blowback from the community, the right-wing community, the MAGA community weren't going to go in there and do it because they supported that. Then when they went back on that and said, well, maybe you're right, we went a little too far. Well, now the people who support that group said, well, what are you backing out for?
Yeah.
And they bailed on them.
Yeah.
So they couldn't have played this any worse.
Yeah. Agreed.
And it used to be the spot. Remember when it was like the whole thing was like, oh yeah, I'm going to Target.
Yeah.
Because it was like it was affordable, it was affordable upper level shopping where you felt like you weren't like grubbing it around. You were getting some okay stuff because the clothing there isn't bad.
Imagine
furniture
Walmart,
as well.
but nice.
Yeah, because see, that's the thing with the layout. To me, like the Walmart that we live by, I will do everything in my power to avoid that store because it's.
I don't mind. I don't mind a good Walmart trip every once in a while.
And I don't either. But if I need paper toweling, I have to go way the hell over there. And then if I want to go back to home goods and electronics, I got to go way. And then I've got to remember where I parked in between the middle of these two huge stores. I know I've bought furniture from Target. I've bought towels and sheets.
Yeah. Jack says he shops at Walmart sometimes, right? And I go, yeah, and I also do absinthe occasionally. It's just one of those things. I think that when the brand changes, that you your vibe completely changes, and I don't know if it's the political thing never hit me. I don't care about how they run their company. I don't work there. I'm not invested in Walmart or Target. That's the only reason I would really give a damn is if they were costing me money in that sense, because I'm not that big of a customer. I don't have that brand recognition with Target.
But for those where the change or the attitude that they have and we're projecting aligned with you and kind of that's what you connected with, and then for them to take that away, I could see those people. At least like Chick-fil-A is kind of true to who they are.
Yeah.
I mean, who they are.
Yeah.
Right? Target was like, hey, no, with this. Oh, whoa, it's not popular anymore. Okay, we're not that anymore.
Well, Chick-fil-A also had a product and service that was so exemplary that even though you may not agree with their political stances, you're like, well, that food, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't agree with the gay thing, but man, that chicken is too good not to eat.
Yeah.
And them standing on business with that Sunday thing. I mean, costing themselves how much money do you think it costs Chick-fil-A to be closed every Sunday?
Yeah.
50, 80, $100 million every week in sales and stuff by not being open. So people respect that, man. They respect that a lot, actually, that company does that and makes those decisions.
Yeah. So if they suddenly switched,
right.
If
they opened on Sundays?
Yeah, and then I think that would have a blowback.
Yeah.
While some people will be like, yes, but other people that kind of looked up to them.
Like, what changed?
Would be like,
Yeah. I don't know. I found that interesting because I know, again, in the 90s, in the late 90s, early 2000s, like going to Target was a thing. It wasn't like, hey, I got to go get some paper plates and, pick up a new pen and, maybe some batteries or whatever. I'll slide into Target and do that. It was like I'm going to go to the Starbucks in Target. I'm going to get myself a latte. I'm going to pile up and I'm going to get dressed nice. I'm not going to go in there in my sweatpants and slides like I would in other places.
For me,
I'm going to kind of walk around and shop.
It was the Soto because it had a parking garage with an elevator and an escalator for your grocery cart.
Right.
So it was fun to shop there, and it was literally right in the heart of downtown Orlando. And if there was something that Target had that I couldn't find at Publix and didn't want to deal with that parking lot, I could always go and grocery shop at Target.
I'll tell you what else changed. They took away the cafe in Targets, and they just made it where it's a Starbucks. But when I would go in there and shop, they had the best fountain drinks. I would get a fountain Dr. Pepper that was absolutely perfect, and they had a popcorn machine. And they had these little deals where you could go in there and get like a popcorn and a soda for like $1.99 or something.
You can get that at Costco.
But I'm telling you, man, that whole thing changed. I was like, no Dr. Peppers, no popcorns, no shopping corns. Get out of here. Why would I come back here? And everything's 20% more? Kissing ass. But their home department's really good. By the way.
I love their home department.
They do a good job, man. Their bedding department's pretty good too.
Yes.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got a sweet couch there.
What? Really?
Yeah.
We got a table. We get shelves there. We have these shelves that they're the clear mount, or it looks like there's nothing holding it up.
Yeah.
It just mounts to the wall like
floating
that.
shelves.
Yeah, floating shelves. There you go, Jack. They have a really good selection of those. We use those in the house. We have a couple of those throughout the house.
Yeah, I'll go to Target.
Yeah.
I'll go to Target for home goods stuff all the time.
Yeah. Is Naomi a Target shopper? Is she? By the way,
Yes.
is she frugal like you? Or is she frugal by association?
Not nearly enough. No, she's all about Goodwill and the sharing center and stuff, but she will go to Target.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm telling you, it's they're spending a bunch of money. So at your local Target, there could be some changes coming your way because they're remodeling like 130 stores. They're opening new ones. They're spending billions of dollars on this new reboot for Target because I'm kind of interested to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah,
because they're not doing this to Walmart. It says beauty, food, wellness, baby products. All of this is going to step new displays and exclusive items aimed at drawing shoppers back into the stores, making it easier, more personalized experiences as you move through. I think the checkout experience is good there. Matter of fact, I think that's the first time I ever used a self-checkout was at Target.
I think that the problem is that they're still focusing on the aesthetics. Americans don't give an S about aesthetics right now.
You don't think? No, just
it's about price.
Yeah, they need price.
They're still going to go to Walmart because until gas is no longer $4 a gallon and everything else that goes up because of it.
That's when you have affordability issues, people will find more discount places.
Right.
This is when the Dollar Generals and the Family Dollars do a lot more business. Remember when the economy tanked in 2009, and that's when you saw a lot more of these things, popping up. I mean, there's like 3. And you also, it tells you what the neighborhood is like where you see these things.
Oh,
as well.
For sure. Yeah,
it
for
speaks
sure.
to the type of neighborhood.
Yeah, one Reddit user.
I live by a bunch of them.
Argued that their struggles reflect a broader economic trend. It said it's not going to work. We're all familiar with the term K-shaped economy now. Target has been getting squeezed out by this trend for longer than Americans have heard of it. And it says, a miserable shopping experience with deluxe pricing. No thanks. If I wanted empty shelves and chaos, I'll just save money and go to Walmart. But I don't think they may have a little chaos in Walmart, but there are never empty shelves.
No,
I mean that is an ant farm of people filling stuff up completely to keep those shelves completely full.
So Target has lost a lot of their customer base. They're trying to kind of get those people to come back. Walmart, that's not what Walmart is doing. Is trying to expand their delivery system and online shopping,
right?
And trying to compete with Amazon
and Target. And one of the things they say in this thing is like Target is competing with Walmart and Amazon, and Amazon's not even thinking about Target. They're just competing with each other in the general online market to begin with.
Yeah.
So Target's like picking a fight with somebody who's not even picking a fight back with them or don't even know they're in a fight.
Right.
All right.
Amazon is competing with every brick and mortar retailer everywhere
in the world.
Yeah.
In the world, not just America, for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Time to load them up. We have some trivia. Let's give some stuff away. We'll do that next.
AI can predict your behavior. We can barely predict our own. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Discover.
UCF guard Themis Falks is an all Big 12 selection. He earned third-team honors. He was also named Newcomer of the Year. Florida men's basketball coach Todd Golden, he was named SEC Coach of the Year on Monday, while 3 players on his team were named All-Conference. And pro golfer Gary Woodward, he told the Golf Channel that he's been suffering with PTSD since he had brain surgery. That happened 3 years ago. I'm Scott Davidson.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Guys, look, if you're thinking about redoing your backyard space this spring, you need to consider purchasing a Big Green Egg at your local Tools Ace Hardware. Man, nothing sets the tone like a Big Green Egg, and Tools Ace Hardware has the largest selection of Big Green Egg grills and accessories in all of Central Florida. And of course, you guys know the Big Green Egg, that ceramic Komodo style charcoal grill. This damn thing can cook anything you want, man. It can get super hot for searing steaks or take it nice and low for smoking pork butts. But you can also make pizza, roast a turkey, even bake a pie. So absolutely fun to cook on, and the flavor is exceptional. Tools Ace even services Big Green Egg grills with local in-home maintenance and repairs available. Get free assembly and delivery when you shop at in-store at any of the Tools Ace Hardware's 14 convenient Central Florida locations, or when you shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying a new car, make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
Escape to Aquatica Orlando for an adventure unlike anywhere else. Slide into endless thrills, and unwind with sandy beaches, wave pools, and lazy rivers. Come face to fin with unexpected new friends. And enjoy lively events all year long. Every visit brings something new at Aquatica, the #1 outdoor water park in America. Save up to 30% on passes. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Spring allergy season is here, and if you're like most of us, you're suffering from allergies, maybe even sinus infections. Let me guess. Itchy, watery eyes, sinus headaches, sneezing, runny nose. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help, so you can start treating the source instead of just masking the symptoms. Aspire has helped thousands just like you with solutions that actually work. Don't spend another season being miserable. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
At TEK Law, we do divorce differently. Divorce is full of hidden traps, mistakes that can cost you your money, your time, and your future. With one wrong step, you're stuck. We know the path. We have guided countless clients through this forest, and we can help guide you too with a clear vision, a careful strategy, and proven results. Don't risk it all alone. Trust TK Law. One firm for life.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit theNickLeeGroup.com.
What's more exciting than a brand new iPhone with a dozen cameras? How about Real Radio on your iPhone? Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1. This is why YouTube was created at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Remembrance. My first remembrance of something opening on Sundays that was always closed was Publix. So I Googled that up and saw that for their first 53 years, they were always closed on Sundays. But in 1983 is when Publix decided to open up on Sundays due to pressure from other businesses. That's all. Have a good one.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good afternoon, Colbert crew. Target's too fancy. Walmart's just fine, and it took me a long time to realize that. And now I'm pulling the Jack Bradshaw and actually going to Aldi.
Lean
and
into
you know
it, sir.
what? That place is kind of nice too.
It's awesome.
Got better prices on certain items. You just got to shop around. Target, they're wasting their money. Have a great afternoon.
Yeah. His parrot agrees.
The thing I miss about Walmart is when they used to be open 24 hours. There's nothing like rolling into a Walmart after being at the bar and getting some stuff to eat. And just watching a lot of the other sketchy people out there that were like yourself.
The other sketchy people.
Drunk.
I like that, bud. That's self-awareness that I can respect at a high level. Other drunks like me. One of these camping trips we went on, we were in rural North Florida, And we ran out of something we needed really bad, and it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And somebody said, "Well, the Walmart, it's up the street there." When I say up the street, it's like 18 miles away. Is a 24-hour. Let me tell you something, brother. If you ever get a chance to go into, say, Walmart north of Lake City at 11:30 at night on a Saturday, listen, you got to do it. You got to do it. You can either do that or see Metallica at the Sphere. Same effect. I mean,
somebody also texted, "What are things you can always count on for Walmart to have on the shelf? Is a used baby diaper and lots of empty food containers. People leave while they're walking around shopping.
They do. That's a thing. They just walk around. You see empty bottles and water, and it's crazy. All right, 77031. That's how you text us. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here.
Yeah.
And he has the Jackie sack. What's in there, buddy? All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
Got a pair of tickets to see Orlando City take on CF Montreal at Endurance Stadium this Saturday, March 14th. Now, Orlando City looking for their first win. I predict they get it this Saturday.
Ooh.
You can get your tickets at orlandocitysc.com. Also, have a pair of tickets to Shamrockin' Fest Beer Garden, the tasting. It's March 14th. This is downtown Eustis, baby.
Yeah,
also happening this Saturday. You can experience live bands on 2 stages, huge barbecue competitions, whiskey, beer, food tastings. Man, this is going to be a lot of fun happening in Eustis. They'll have vendors and more. It's Shamrockin' Fest. Okay, also, I have, and the winner gets to choose, by the way, a pair of weekend general admission passes to Reggae Rise Up Florida at St. Petersburg Vinoy Park. This happens this weekend, March 12th through to the 15th.
Lord of mercy.
A lot of bands, including Slightly Stupid,
Yeah.
Cypress Hill,
Irie,
Pepper, Sublime, 311, and more.
Dude, what more do you need? That's the royalty.
That is it.
Of pop ska.
That is A-level. A-level lineup right there. Those are the prizes up for grabs in the Jackie Sack.
So back to you.
All right, young lady. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Let's go 4.
4 is Kyle. Kyle, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Want to play a little game with us?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Not sure. Are you sure? All right, Kyle, this is a real easy game, buddy. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers is a lie.
What?
But, buddy, if you can find it, I'll send you over to see Jack, and you can look what's in his sack. Are you ready?
I don't think he wants to do that.
That was a hell of a grumble you gave us there, partner. All right, here we go. On this day in 1971, actor and producer, considered one of the best-looking guys on TV for years. He is a madman.
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
There you go. He loves The Bridesmaids. He's an everyday Hollywood minion. John Hamm was born on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about John Hamm and 1 salt-cured lie. Yeah, nice.
Love Hamm.
All right, buddy, we're talking about John Hamm. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, he has suffered from mild scalp psoriasis for over 20 years.
Ow.
Number 2, while shooting Madman, he had to shave 3 times a day. Number 3, before hitting it big in acting, he was an 8th grade English and drama teacher. Or lastly, he was a 3-sport athlete, swimming, football, and baseball while in high school. Which of those is a lie?
Number 1.
That's the one, buddy, right off
No
rip.
way.
Good Lord of mercy, right off rip. You must be a big John Hamm fan. Or you just laugh
Not
crazy.
really, but I just he does have some good movies, but
Yeah.
I kind of took a guess.
All right, buddy, there you go. I'm going to put you on hold. You're a winner. He has not suffered from mild scalp psoriasis. He has suffered from vitiligo, though, for a while.
No way.
Yeah. Another skin condition.
Where?
On his arms, maybe, I guess. I don't know.
He must
Wait,
use...
you don't know. You're just making that up?
No, he does have a vitiligo. I just don't know where it goes. Hold on, let me check it real quick.
Because any of the photos that you've ever seen of him out in the wild, I mean, you could imagine on set they're going to have a way to cover up vitiligo, but out in the wild,
I've never heard of this before, vitiligo.
Vitiligo is that disease. Michael Jackson had it.
It's a pigmentation thing.
Yeah, part of your skin will be white, then the other part will be tan. It almost looks like you have blotches.
Less noticeable on a Caucasian than it is
That's funny.
a black person?
I said arms. It's hands and shins.
Okay.
I remember that, but it's also can be on your chin. And what it is it's a skin condition that causes loss of pigmentation. Around 2007, he developed that while filming Mad Men, and it's triggered by stress. It can cause white bleach-looking patches on the chin, hands, and shins.
Wow.
The condition has waxed and waned over time with Mr. Ham.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So that is right. He does not have that. He does have vitiligo. While shooting Madman, because obviously when you see him, you can tell this guy can squeeze a beard out just by grunting. Right? And he just has that. You can see the follicle below his skin, and you can just tell dude has a thick-ass beard.
But, I mean, as someone, I just can't imagine the pain after shaving your skin 3 times a day, every day while you're shooting.
Yeah, and because if you start shooting at 7 o'clock in the morning and you're still shooting at 6 o'clock at night, when you grow hair like that guy, you have to keep the continuity.
Right.
So he had to shave 3 times to make sure that his hair wasn't growing in to change the scene.
So he probably had to use an electric shaver, right? Versus a regular blade?
Oh, I would think the opposite. I would think for that close shave, it would have to be a
Really?
I'm kind of a Deb on that, though. Could you imagine having to shave 3 times a day? I hate doing it twice a week.
I'm just thinking about what it would do to your skin.
Right.
I mean, it would make it red and raw, prone to acne.
Yeah.
If you use good products, I have a feeling they're not,
Not skimping?
Not skimping.
Before hitting it big in acting, he was an 8th grade English and drama teacher, and famously, one of his drama students was
Brad Pitt.
Ellie Kemper.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and he was a 3-sport athlete in high school. He was a swimmer. He played football and baseball. And then lastly here,
Those poor students.
a couple other things. His
They
mom.
could never concentrate.
How old was he when his mother passed from, I think it was colon cancer?
38.
How old was he?
Yeah.
Way younger.
I was going to say, for you to ask that question, I'm going to say he was 15.
10 years old.
Oh.
And his dad died when he was 20. So, I mean, and his parents got divorced when he was 2. So he, when his mom passed when he was 10 years old, he had to go live with his dad. And his dad passed when he was 20. One of his closest friends in the entertainment business is kind of odd. I guess you can maybe get it because this group of friends is they all know each other. Like, he's a big comedy fan, so he rolls with a lot of those comedians in that world. And one of those is Kimmel. He's a big fan of Kimmel.
Nate Bargatze.
No. Sarah Silverman.
Okay.
Is one of his closest friends in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd like to party with her.
Yeah, she seems kind of fun.
She does.
And then lastly, he suffers from vitiligo. There you go. John Hamm. 54 or 5 today, I think. 71. What's that make him? 55 today?
Oh.
55 years old. John Hamm almost 60.
Double nickel 55, baby. That's not almost 60.
He got dropped by his agency because after being in Hollywood, how long do you think he went auditioning before he got his first gig?
6 years.
10.
Not quite that long. 3 years, though. 3 years of doing nothing but going on auditions and being told no. He was about to give up. That's that old story in Hollywood. He was about to give up acting before he got a job. He got some BS job and then got a job as a stand-in on one of these shows, one of these episodic shows, like Emergency or something like that. And the episode went so well, they kept him on for 19 more episodes, and that's what started his career.
Wow.
That did, but I mean, he really launched to superstar status on Mad Men.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, Mad Men is,
Mad Men. Got it, Texers? I think you called it Mad Men before.
Did I call it Mad Men?
Oh, you got a dozen Texers.
Oh my God!
you.
Enough, people, enough.
No, seriously.
Jeez Louise! I was one vowel off, and I'm going to get that kind of heat. I didn't even know what you're talking about. I turned to my right, and all I see is in all caps, "Mad Men" with exclamation.
Men, it's Men, Jimmy.
Why don't you get that mad about stuff that matters? God.
Be like Nancy, laying in the sun on an air mattress in the pool. It's glorious, not a cloud in sight.
Right, exactly right. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
All westbound lanes are blocked on Maitland Boulevard at Concourse Parkway. We got emergency crews on scene, clearing up an accident there. Eastbound lanes might be getting affected too. Just look out for emergency crews on the roadways. Left lane still blocked. 408 eastbound before I-4. There's a crash on John Young Parkway northbound at Oak Ridge Road. The roadways are busy. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. It's tournament season and your trade could be the #1 seed. Trade values can swing by thousands depending upon where you go. But at Greenway Kia, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete head-to-head to win your trade. That bracket-style competition could mean up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. Explore one of the area's largest Kia inventories at greenwaykias.com. More inventory, more competition, more money for your trade. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Negative equity refinance expires 4/5/26.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Temron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Get ready, Florida. The Spring Champion Series is here at Orange City Poker, March 25th through 29th, featuring 10 trophy events and over $140,000 in guaranteed prize pools, mystery bounties, monster stacks, Texas Hold'em, and PLO. All ready to chase the titles at Orange City Poker. Tuesday, March 17th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's Shamrock Flush Rush at Daytona Beach and Orange City Poker. Along with our daily high hands, make a club flush with 2-hole cards and score an extra $100. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day with the Lucky Clubs, Daytona Beach, and Orange City Racing and Card Clubs.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Temron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
We talk a lot about the diamonds at International Diamond Center, but did you know that over half of our showroom is dedicated to fashion jewelry? Earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, rings?
A woman comes in, it might not be her statement piece that she wears every day, but for a night out with friends, she wants to find that piece that truly shows her character and her taste.
IDC's Ryan McMahon says he loves seeing women come in and treat themselves.
And they deserve it. Every lady should have multiple pieces of jewelry that make her feel confident and happy when she wears it.
Color colored gemstones, mixed metal styles, stackable pieces, bold looks, IDC has it all from the world's premier designers.
Our fashion pieces, they don't just sit stagnant. They're constantly changing out. We always have our thumb on the pulse of the industry. When you come into one of our stores, you see all of the latest looks that you'll see on any TV program, magazine, you name it.
Find the perfect piece of jewelry for any occasion or no occasion at all at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM, HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, Jimmy, I had a really bad experience at that Walmart up in north of Lake City. I had a $1,600 Sony laptop stolen with 1,000 CDs that I'd ripped into it. And a brand new high-8 video camera, like 25 years ago. I was very upset. I'll never go back there again. I didn't even go down the Itchituckney after that. I was going to go tubing, and I didn't even do it. So,
that's where I was, dude. That's where I was.
Y'all take it easy.
Yeah, man.
Sean and Dayton.
He knows.
What's up, guys? Love you. In regards to Winn-Dixie, man, as a meat cutter that's worked at all the major grocery stores in the state, they all get their meat, their pork, their beef, and their pork and their chicken all from the same places, man. So don't let them fool you. Go where the price is right. Talking to you, Publix, crazy.
Stop calling it Mad Men. It's Mad Men. I've never even watched the show, and I know that. Mad Men, not Madman.
You know what you have in common with that, Big T?
Oh, no. Come on now.
Mad Men is MM, millimeters. How they measure your height.
Oh. Little Big T.
That was lame. I'll do better next time when I roast you, buddy. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hey.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
Big thanks to our buddy Eric Keller, who I would say is the non-station superstar of the Bourbon Bus. This past Saturday. Great guy, by the way.
So fun you forgot it was Sunday.
Yeah, supports us. Yeah, it was. You're right.
Bravo,
Damn,
Deb.
that was a good time. I missed that, man. That had to be fun. That's how good it was.
It was date altering. It was so good.
You sprang forward before everyone else.
Yeah, so Eric is a great guy. He's a big fan of the station, a big fan of the show, and he's also a really cool person. He comes out to a lot of the stuff that we do, and he brought on his own bag of bourbon onto the bus, and as he starts pulling out these bottles of bourbon, we had some other bourbon geeks, and they were losing their mind that was what we had on the bus.
Yeah.
But a big thanks is he put up a nice post at Gym Members. If you wanted to kind of see what you missed, he put up a really good post of some of the pictures and places that we stopped, including / Corona, and of course Johnny's, and some of the other stuff from the bus. So if you want to go check that out at Gym Members, a lot of pictures involved with it and everything as well.
Wet your whistle for next year's Bourbon Bus.
Yeah. What's going on?
Oh, no, I have our social media post ready to go. That was ready at 3. I just needed to do it on the break, and it's 3 hours have gone by because the show started.
It's fine,
yeah,
but
ours is ready to go up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack.
And screw Eric Keller because I didn't get one drop of any of that bourbon.
Oh my God, you missed out.
One drop.
I will tell you though, all the stuff that he brought was obviously there's some really good whiskeys in there, but man, the gentleman that was right in front of us, the bigger dude that had the bottle of E.H. Taylor,
yeah,
that was a really nice drink of whiskey. That E.H. Taylor was really, really, really nice. Also, I thought the McKenna we opened up in the room up here to get started was really good as well. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
So we always like Florida cases. I don't know if this one. I don't know if this is worthy of the
Wait a minute.
Is it?
Oh, this is Florida.
Is this dueling banjos worthy?
I don't know if it's dueling banjos, but I don't think if you told anyone the story and said, "What state do you think this is?"
Yeah. So this is a Lake Mary woman. She was arrested over the weekend because my girl went out to Universal Studios and our City Walk, I should say, and she went out there to have herself a fine time. Now, I don't know the backstory of this woman's life. Her name is, let me see what her name is here, Amanda Thorpe. She's 33 years old, and Amanda got sideways out there and started living her best life.
The only problem is...
So in an arrest affidavit, never how you want to start a sentence with your name in it, deputies say they were called to the CW Shoreline Bar around 10:30 Saturday night because there was a bit of a disturbance. There was a 12-year-old girl. She was found by herself sitting on a bar stool. She was visibly upset. She was crying, and she was sitting alone on a bar stool by the bar at 12 years old. She told the deputies that her mother, 33-year-old Amanda Thorpe, had taken her to the bar while already intoxicated.
Oh, I did not know that part.
Yeah, my girl showed up drunk.
Well, I know that the little girl said that somebody at that bar upset her mom, and then she wanted to leave and go to another bar.
Right, yeah. She said an unidentified patron of the bar stated something upset Amanda. Then she stated that she wanted to go to the Red Coconut Club, which is just on the other side there, to which... the person said that she wanted to go back to the kid said, I want to go back to the hotel room because I'm tired. That's when the mom, according to the affidavit, turned to her daughter, shot her the finger, and said, F you, and then left her at the bar and went to the Red Coconut Club. When the deputy showed up at the Red Coconut Club, our girl Amanda was dancing alone on the dance floor.
Now, she wasn't alone. She did have an alcoholic beverage in her hand.
With a drink in her hand. Yeah, her best friend came to hang out with her.
Oh,
she told the investigator she thought the girl was there the entire time. She thought she was in the Red Coconut Club as she was dancing with the drink, and the mom appeared to be drunk.
She also said she thought, well, she's not here. She should be back at the room.
She had red, bloodshot eyes, uncontrollable swaying of the body, unbalanced while walking, and the scent of fruity purities.
Well, she was just dancing.
Coming from her breath.
You know the interesting thing? I think her booking photo shows her wearing the beads. I think she...
Oh, let me see. Oh, my God, it does. And she's got a Roman numeral tattoo on her shoulder or something. What is that?
She's got a kid. Took her kid to the bar. Was sitting at a bar.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong, buddy. How about you back up a little bit? She took her kid to the bar drunk. She was drunk when she got there.
And then
you're giving her too much
daughter
credit.
the bird.
Yeah, and told her to F
her
off.
12-year-old daughter. Yeah.
She got livid with the kid because the kid wanted to go back to the hotel room and sleep.
Stop harshing my mellow.
Stop harshing my buzz.
Buzz killer.
Oh, my God.
Mother of the year.
And remember...
Is she single?
Maybe now, Jack. There is a picture of her in the video of her hanging out with some guy and the daughter in the photograph. Man, that is such a bad look. I mean, you could do some bad look stuff, but like, if here's the thing: if you just take the kid out of the scene, you're like, all right, mom had a bad day. Mom went to Red Coconut. Mom felt like dancing.
Got a little loose. She was by herself.
Got a little loose. Had a room. Everything's
okay.
fine.
But it was when the witness saw her flip her daughter off. That was when the witness went to the bartender, and then the bartender alerted Universal Security, and here we are talking about her.
Wow,
wearing your beads.
Child neglect charges. At 33 years old, probably going to change your life trajectory a little bit.
Well, they said the article I'd read said that the child's grandfather was notified and he came and picked her up. So you can see a lot of family turmoil.
You think that's her dad?
I'm assuming so.
It would have to be her dad, right? Yeah.
I'm assuming so.
It doesn't say that she's married.
No, and the thing that breaks my heart is, like you and I were talking before the show, this child is 12.
Yeah.
You know, she's old enough.
It's horrible to have that part of her reality.
Yes.
You ever been drunk in front of your kids, Jack?
Well, I mean,
let me help you out. I have.
Yeah,
that way you don't feel bad about answering, but not much. I mean, like a couple times. I'll tell you what it was. We were playing poker at my house. I'd been drinking bourbon all night, and they showed up after a date to say hey. And they walked upstairs and saw me playing poker, and I was like, ha. that was pretty much what I had to say. It was just me just groaning at them.
I'm sure there's times I've had a buzz.
Yeah.
Man, we're Gen X. Tell me you guys didn't find one parent sleeping in the bathroom upstairs and then find your dad downstairs in the laundry room bathroom sleeping on that tile floor.
Let me tell you something is
and
crazy.
Joking about how I can't remember how we got home.
As crazy as it is, my dad drank drank a lot. Bourbon, the whole 9 yards. I never saw my dad drunk in my entire life.
No?
Either that or he was drunk and just would mask it so well that he would not show you that. And I probably only saw my mom with a laughy buzz a couple of times in my life because she wasn't much of a drinker.
My parents used to have the best Mexican food pool parties.
Oh, really?
Oh, man.
Everybody's tequila drunk?
Oh, and then the belly flops happen, and the tequila's flowing, and the margaritas.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, man, I can't wait till I get old enough to do that.
Right. You get old enough to do that, and you think, oh, my God, I'm never touching tequila again in my life.
What time is it?
Yeah.
I just woke up.
What
But
percentage?
still.
I think most people. Here's the thing. I never did anything in front of my kids until they were like late teens. I never cursed. Matter of fact, my kids do not curse in front of me at all. Now I've cursed in front of them a little bit more as we've gotten older. But when I was younger and they were all in their early teens and younger than that, I never said a curse word around them. Just because you didn't want that vibe, Because I think the kids hear that and they think that's a bit permissive to them. Like, well, you say it
100%, and that's I was not pleased when I first heard them using that language. I'm
really?
Like, yeah. Oh, I was not.
I've heard my kids say the S word.
Yeah.
I've caught we've had one or two of them slip and say the F word when they forget I was around. But man, for the most part, I do not get any of that.
Oh,
none of it.
Now I do. My youngest is 21.
Oh, yeah.
Now I have no problem doing it. But when they were teens and I was hearing it happen, I'm like, I don't like this.
Isn't that interesting, though, how it changed from when you guys were kids? Yeah. Again, it was a different drinking culture in the 70s and 80s than what it is now.
Yeah.
Now they're saying young people don't even really go to the club the way that we would used to hit downtown or Pleasure Island. There is none of that anymore.
No. And my dad cursed like a maniac in front of me.
So did my parents.
From the time I literally, I'm not kidding you. From the time I remember him speaking as a child, like the minute I could even kind of understand there were words coming out, some of the first words I ever heard out of him were F.
Yeah.
The F word when I was 3.
But you also knew you couldn't say it.
Yeah, I could not say that.
Because one backhand later, you're going to learn Dad can say that, you cannot.
But I do believe that's one of the reasons I curse as much as I do now. Because I curse a lot when we're not on the air.
That's radio. That's just part. That's the byproduct of this business.
I don't know, man. I used to get called out in high school about it. A coach busted me doing it one time. He says, "Man, do you curse like that in front of your parents at all, ever?" And I'm like, "No, not in a million years." And he kind of laughed a little bit. He goes, "You probably shouldn't use language like that." And I remember he turned around, I'm like, but I've cursed my entire life. I don't know what it is. from a really young age, I've always used terrible language. It's horrible. I hate it because I use it around mixed company sometimes when I shouldn't, because I just get comfortable and because that's how I talk to everybody. I'll go on business, and find myself dropping bombs like that in front of people, and I don't know what their background is. I did learn a lesson one time because I did that in front of a client once, and the rep told me the next day, "Hey, the client loves you, but he said that your language is a little spicy during their meeting." And I was like, "Oh man, that's right. It just looks unprofessional."
Yeah.
F that.
I don't think it really tells the story of who you are, but I think to certain clients, I've actually had clients tell me, "Hey, by the way, this is a company and they're, a little faith-based, so you got to be careful out there when you're talking to them." An old fence company I used to endorse, they were like that. Yeah. Yeah, they dropped out on me and then didn't pay their bill.
Well, they say if you curse, you're more intelligent.
That's a Christian way to go.
Yeah, right. That's the irony of it all, right? Hey, don't say the F word, but we're going to stiff you on this bill. Exactly. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Scott Brown up next with It's Only Money. Let's do that right after this.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Hot take, don't love key lime pie.
No! Delicious.
I would prefer cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
Yeah.
Lumpy ass cheesecake? No, you want a cold
Where are
key
you
lime
getting
pie.
your cheesecakes that they're lumpy?
Lumpy Cheesecake Factory.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Westbound Maitland at Concourse Parkway. Traffic starting to get by, although the right lane's still blocked. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. The traffic lights are working incorrectly where Beggs Road meets Hiawassee. On the major roadways, you're going to get stuck in some typical areas. It's bumper to bumper westbound through Celebration into that Champions Gate area on I-4. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Get a quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney. With my zero-fee guarantee, you won't pay a single dime unless we get you money for your injuries. No hidden costs, no upfront fees, just dedicated, hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait? If you're injured on the go, visit justcallmo.com or give us a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. It's that easy.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying a new car, make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry of the Bahamas and USA.
My tax refund just hit. Yes! Time to finally replace the stuff I've been thinking about. The wobbly kitchen table, the old mattress, the sofa with the stain. I really need to get the most for my refund. That's why I'm going to American Freight. Their prices start low, like mattresses from $49.99 and kitchen tables for under $100. Tons of items in stock and ready to take home. Want to maximize your refund? Visit AmericanFreight.com.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. It's tournament season and the deals are tipping off. As interest rates drop, we're driving them down even further with financing as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. And our team is ready to go full court press to help you get approved, even if your credit isn't perfect. Explore one of the area's largest Kia inventories at greenwaykias.com. More inventory, more competition, more money for your trade. I'm Joe Rossi and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
With approved credit. Offers expire 4/5/26.
They say a good lawyer knows the law and a great lawyer knows the judge. What they don't tell you, the right lawyer in your corner can help you avoid a 5-round cage match. At TK Law, we help you cut the drama, resolve your disputes, and move forward. Divorce, business conflicts, car accidents. We are trusted by our clients, respected by our peers, and proven where it matters the most. Don't just settle for a lawyer. Choose the right lawyer. Choose TK Law. One firm for life. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Your entire sports feed all in one place with iHeartRadio. Tournament coverage.
Launches a three. Got it.
NFL free agency.
Buffalo's got their quarterback, their running back. Now they've got their number one.
And the first pitch of the new baseball season.
At the wall! Oh, my goodness!
You're one tap away. Open the iHeart app and stream your local sports stations. Catch the latest news on Fox Sports Radio or dive into the world's biggest sports podcasts. Open the free app, search sports, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Radio! 104.1.
Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Catfish man, I hope you and Daddy-O have taken my recommendation and tried out that Woodford Double Oat. That stuff might be better than a good old hair pulling. Nah, ain't that good.
Easy, buddy.
It's damn good, and they think a lot of it. Y'all need to check it out. Y'all have a good day.
You too, partner. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth.
Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Oh, okay.
It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Good love for Scott Brown, Edgewater Family Wealth.
Woo! He's back.
The forearms of a...
I don't know what.
A tanned individual?
I put my hands in a shredder or something. Well, I did, sort of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the puppy.
You got a new dog, huh, buddy?
Their teeth are so crazy sharp.
Needles.
Like
I
needles. I am dripping blood literally. And of course, I got my first dog 100 years ago. I was probably like 20. And your skin's a lot thicker.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm 61.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
And he just rips me to shreds, dude. It's brutal. But I love him.
Yeah. Doberman Pinscher, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And, we were talking during the break, like everybody does have their breed of dog, It's kind of wild. I didn't even know that you were a dog owner, but this is your fourth?
It's my fourth Dobie, yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it's we were talking, when somebody says, what kind of dog are you getting, I get all indignant. I'm like, I get an attitude. Well, what other kind of dog would I get?
Exactly right.
Because some people are German Shepherd people, some people are boxer people, and they give you the same stink eye. Like, what other kind is there?
Now, you live in a neighborhood. I'm not going to say where, but I know that in the area you live, as I remember, the houses are, relatively close together. It's one of the older neighborhoods in Central Florida.
Yep.
Do you worry about your neighbors getting freaked out that you're getting one of the breeds that maybe, has that scary kind of moniker about it?
Well, so my last Dobie, I didn't do the ears. So people didn't know what it was.
Oh, yeah, you didn't. Yeah.
So they would come up and they say, what kind of dog is that? And I'd say a Doberman. They go, nuh-uh. I'm like, you don't think I know what kind of dog I have? Like, come on. So because they look like hounds when you don't do their ears.
Yeah, that's called boxing. Is that what that is?
Yeah. So, but this guy, I got his ears done just to mess with people. So we'll see how that goes.
And don't they do the tail as well?
They do.
Yeah,
because their tails are like sticks.
Like
if you don't do their tails, it'll knock beat the crap out of everything on your furniture.
But look, dude, my Mastiff, his tail was basically a hairy baseball bat of muscle.
Yeah.
And we had to really be careful. Matter of fact, when we got him, and when you go to read about the breeds and they give you the pros and cons of the breed, the pros are sleeps most of the day, even though a big dog doesn't require a lot of working out or anything, really low key. They call them apartment dogs because you don't have to move them around very much. Bad side is their tail will kill everything in your house.
Yes.
Like if you have a china cabinet or stuff like that, don't, because they can, if their tail gets wagging, they can actually bust the glass out of china cabinets.
And they don't do their tails.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because
There's
they're
none
like
of that.
thick, like giant. Yeah.
I'm telling you, the base of it, you can't put your hand around.
Yeah, like the Dobie's tail is like almost like a horse whip or
Right,
something.
right.
Kind of like that.
I've never seen a Doberman that hasn't been either boxed and the tail taking that.
Yeah, it's becoming more popular not to do the ears. There's a little bit of a backlash against that.
Yeah.
So I didn't. My wife and my children all judged me for doing it.
Yeah,
and I did it anyway.
Did you have to find somebody to do that? Is it kind of being factored out of? Do you have to find some dude in an alley to do that, or
no? There's still legitimate people who do. I didn't get out the scissors and do it myself. If that's what you're thinking.
And drink this whiskey.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, you missed a good ass time, buddy. Next time you have to make it.
What's that?
The bourbon bus.
Yeah.
Listen, Barner, that thing was crazy fun.
Yeah.
I mean, there was so much good whiskey. I mean, not only were the whiskeys at the places we stopped were great, but man, there were so many great bourbon fans that came on the bus. People were bringing their own. We were passing, $150 bottles of bourbon up and down the rows like it was bottles of water. It was crazy.
So that's why the guy that brought up the Woodford, he's still on that theme.
He's on that theme, for sure.
No, I love me a good bourbon, and you won't have to talk me into it next time.
For sure. Scott Brown joins us from Edgewater Family Wealth. That's edgewaterfamilywealth.com. 38 plus years right here in Central Florida, letting you know what you need to do with your money to make it last the longest amount of time and how to build it. And drops in on Tuesdays to talk about a few things that can maybe help you guide your way into a better financial situation. Also, we have some events coming up. We'll give you more information about that a little bit later. He even has 2 free books
I do.
You can get. We'll tell you about that. So let's get into it. Topic number 1, who's the financial spouse in your household and why it matters?
So who's the financial spouse in your house?
It's my wife.
Okay, oh, good.
Yeah,
Thank God.
As a rule, I have found this is the case for me, right? Because when I owned my print shop, I stressed out about money so much, it became like an obsession.
Yeah.
Right? Of what I was making, what I was keeping, and all that stuff. And I found that it was like a shackle.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got married to my wife, I found out that she was really efficient at doing this stuff. And I basically just let her take that part of my life over. And I focused on making as much money as possible.
Right.
And she has managed our finances quite well. And but she is the boss when it comes to that.
So if something, heaven forbid, happened to Tori, and would you know where all the stuff is? Like you kind of know where the accounts are and where the money is.
I just don't know how much I have right now or anything like that because I just don't ask those questions. When I need to know, I just ask and she tells me.
Because that's universal. Deb, who's the
Chris.
Oh, Chris is?
Yeah.
Okay. But if something happened to Chris, again, heaven forbid, I'm not wishing this on anybody's spouse, by the way, but if it did, would you know?
Doc Box.
Doc Box.
Next of kin. Actually, it's a Knockbox.
Knockbox.
Those were really big this year to get as gifts.
Yeah.
So Knockbox is NOK, next of kin box.
Yeah.
And it's where literally it is so in depth. Everything from utility bills to your passwords,
That's cool.
extra set of house keys,
I like that.
extra set of car keys. They're really, and the idea is to get a Knockbox for every member of your family. So like I got one for my mom, and so that way, God forbid, something happens to someone, the other person in the house can find that extra set of keys, the car insurance.
That's funny. We have that from Tori's parents.
Do you really?
Yeah, because she wouldn't deal with anything to do with their death, like will or anything like that. And she thought it was like kind of superstitious.
Yeah.
So her mom and dad gave me all the information, and I stuck it in the house somewhere. But it's everything that all of their information.
But you would, Deb, would you be comfortable with something like immediately knowing about money, where it is?
No.
How do you? Okay.
Yeah. No.
See, that's. And Jack, how about you?
I'm the guy. I kind of did something similar as Deb, but I just call it a safe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where like passwords and other things are. But in it just says call Scott.
Well, that's where I was going. Finally, I got the right answer.
Well, good. I'll put that in my knockbox too. Call Scott.
So in my house, like obviously everybody knows what I do all day. Like when
So
I
it's
come
gotta be
home,
you.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's not. Well, yes and no. So let me explain. And the reason I'm going here is because. Like when I get home from doing this all day, and that's all I talk about, and my wife's like, "Well, we got this bill, we got that." I'm like, "Please, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know about it. I don't care. Pay it. Just if we run out of money, let me know, right? Because that's all I do all day long,
Right, yeah.
And where I'm really going with this is that in most homes, most households where it's a married couple, there's this financial spouse, and what I've noticed over the last, as Americans age, I think this is becoming more prevalent in my office, is I'll have the two people come in and there'll be the financial spouse and the non-financial spouse, and the person that drove them to my office was the non-financial spouse. And the reason for that is they're like, look, if it's in your case, it's Tori, and you're saying, Tori, I don't follow this stuff. I don't know what you're doing. I think we need to have a third party involved in case something happens to you, right? So what I'm seeing is people in their 60s very frequently, let's pretend it's the wife who's not the financial spouse. She's saying, look, Fred, I don't know where all this stuff is. I don't know how it works. I've not been following what you're investing the money in. I don't know anything about the mutual funds you own, the bonds, the stocks, the ETFs, or the annuity, whatever it is. I don't know anything about it. I think we need somebody to share this information with, do some planning for us, so that if something happens to you, and by the way, statistically men die before women, so in my example, the husband might die sooner. She wants to make sure she's not left helpless or not knowing anything about where the money is. She wants to have somebody, a third party, explain to both of them what this looks like in the event that person dies. So I think what I'm seeing is people are aging. There's a lot more people aging, and I'm seeing a lot of these people coming in where one has managed the money for 30 years, the other one has no idea, and they need somebody in between
to kind of bring them up to speed.
To bring them up to speed, and number two, to be there for them in that event, because as I've said many times on this show, you think you got it together when your spouse dies. You think you're paying attention. You think you understand. You're not.
Like a financial surrogate almost.
Because what happens is I see this sometimes with widows. The widow will come in and she'll say, look, Herbert took care of the money. I don't know anything about this. And coming in with her is the son that lives in the basement who now has lots of great ideas for mom and her money, right? So what I say, again, to everybody that comes say, look, why don't you allow me to be that intermediary, as you said, and be that person that you can go to in this time of crisis. Take a few months to get your act together to figure out what life's all about again, and allow me to work with this for the next few months till you get that figured out. And again, it's a prevalent thing. And I think if you're that person who's listening right now who's not the financial spouse, that's a conversation you need to start having.
Yeah, Nate Bargatze does an entire bit about this, an entire comedy bit about the idea of him not having any idea, his wife taking care of anything,
right,
and him having a conversation with his mother-in-law if she passed away about where she worked, how much, where the money was, how do you get into the bank. He said, if I got robbed, I would just have to say, well, we got to talk to my wife because I don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
And if you want money, you're going to have to talk to her.
Yeah, and it's not, again, sometimes both spouses are pretty much on top of things. Obviously, in my house, I know what's going on. It just happens to be what I do. But in a lot of households, one of the spouses really controls the purse strings, and not in a weird controlling kind of way. It's just what they've always done.
Yeah. I mean, she's just way better at it. She pays way more attention to detail than I do, and I trust her, so we let it rip.
Yeah, there you go.
It's worked out okay,
Yeah. So I just, again, if you're in that situation, I think at the very least you should have that conversation to say what if.
Okay. And the topic 2 here is how confident Americans are about their financial ability or their ability at all to retire.
Yeah. So that number has actually gone up a little bit. So
you mean, in other words, confidence that they're going to be able to?
Yeah. Like, how do you feel good about your situation, essentially? And right now, about 50% of Americans, according to a Harris poll, are feeling pretty good about their situation. That's up from 44%. I think it's largely because of our show. I don't want to take all the credit for that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But, 53% of Americans now consider themselves good planners, which I think is good. I think with the internet and TikTok and Instagram, there's a lot of really bad stuff out there. So you kind of have to have a filter, but at the same time, it's at least exposing people to the idea that these are conversations they should be having.
I would agree with 1,000% because, I mean, you get online and, just having the idea of how people are, you can see the shysters pretty quickly, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if the question comes up and you find the question intriguing, you don't have to listen to that person's input, but you could go and find other resources that can give you legitimate information about those particular topics that person may bring up.
Well, and I think, back when you and I were growing up, people didn't talk about money.
They did not.
Your parents didn't talk about it.
Very gauche.
It was just bad form to bring it up. And now that's becoming less taboo, I think. And people are talking about it more. Again, there are issues with that in that sometimes you got to consider the source, right? And what is their agenda. But the reality is just the fact that it's out there all the time. People see it. They're inundated by the conversation. Hopefully it inspires, and clearly based on this data, that it is inspiring some people to educate themselves. They just want to make sure they educate themselves in the proper way. Now, the other statistic that's not as great in news is that 39% of Americans say they are using high-risk investments. And what I mean by that is cryptocurrency, meme stocks, sports betting, prediction markets. These people are saying they're using these high-risk investments to catch up.
Yeah, to try to catch up.
They're in trouble. So think about it this way. you're 55 years old, you've got 100,000 saved, which is there's nothing to be ashamed of, but you realize you're a little behind. And you're like, well, you know what? If I bought Bitcoin and it's October, and you paid $124,000 for the Bitcoin that's going to save your bacon, and now it's $70,000, so your $100,000 is now $50,000.
Yeah.
You've just dug a deeper hole. And the reason I bring this up is because I think, especially young people, they don't really completely understand, quote unquote, investing. They do understand betting markets. They do understand a pitch count. They do understand
right.
who's going to sing the national anthem at a baseball game. I mean, all these silly things that people are. I mean, somebody just told me you could bet on the date and time of the bombing in Iran.
As a matter of fact, that it's so sketchy that they actually pulled that bet off because they knew it had to be insider information to set the bet. The guy won $550,000, but they shut all of those bets down.
Yeah.
But you could bet on the invasion. You can bet on people's everything. The prediction market's crazy.
I mean, we've gamified geopolitics.
Yeah, we have.
I mean, it's ridiculous. That aside, the reality is that younger people are seeing what they think are shortcuts, this 39 or 40% of the population that feels behind, and they're just making it worse by doing these things.
Let me ask you a question, buddy, because here's the thing. I saw a thing online today, and it said this. It said it was some financial guy on Instagram doing his thing, and he said, you may not be in as bad a position as you think you are financially if you can do these 4 things, right? I don't remember all 4 of them, but I'll give you one. It goes, if you can handle a $1,000 emergency right now, you're ahead of most people.
True.
If you have if you have a mortgage right now, you're ahead of most people. But he laid these 4 things out that basically said that if you have these things going, that you're ahead of most people in America. And one of those things was just having $1,000 to be able to handle an issue. Do you have like a little litmus test like that you kind of use internally? Like, look, if I see somebody and they come to me and they think they're in dire situations, but they meet these particular milestones or criteria that they may be better off than they think they are.
Well, I think, to be fair, I think people that come to my office are usually better off than, the people that are coming to my office are not destitute. Usually.
Right.
They're not, they realize they have maybe some fine tuning to do. There are parts of their portfolios they don't understand, or the planning eludes them a little bit, but they're usually not at zero. Right, that's typically not because what I've said many times is I think a lot of people are reluctant to come in who shouldn't be because they're afraid of being embarrassed. They think, oh, he's going to tell me I got to work till I'm 100.
Right.
He's going to tell me I need to save 120% of my paycheck. And usually that's not the case. Usually people are, I would say, 20, 30, 40% better off than they thought they were.
Right. Yeah.
People who are living paycheck to paycheck and can't see a way. I mean, to be honest with you, I wish I talked to more of those people. The only time I get a chance to have those conversations are during 401k meetings where we may run a 401k. And I've said this many times over my career is that if a person walks into my office, and frequently they do with 7 figures or more of net worth, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to add value to their life. There are things I'm going to do. There are tax things, portfolio things, expense things, a lot of things I can do to help that person. But I'm probably not going to change their life radically. But a 401k participant that I show how to save, I show how to build a reserve fund, and I get them going on a $50, $100 a month or whatever it is, I could literally change that person's life.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing something like that? I know that you primarily deal with people who already have their nest egg. They're coming in and they're looking to have that just managed into their retirement. Have you ever done any part of that? Like, starting with people who have maybe ruined their credit young at life, maybe don't have a lot of savings or any at all, but they do have a job. Maybe they just have debt that doesn't allow them to, kind of like that Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or some of these other people that create kind of, what am I looking for? The word I'm looking for here, like a template for success when it comes to starting over. Where people may be 32, 3 going through a divorce, they got wrecked financially in their divorce, they need to rebuild. They're almost starting over again.
Yeah, I mean, we do have those conversations occasionally. I would say, again, people in that boat are a little reluctant to have those because they kind of don't want the diagnosis.
Right, yeah.
But we throughout our tenure as a firm, we have had many of those types of meetings, met with lots of people. I mean, we do have a little bit of a template for somebody who wants to get started. I'll give the plug for Dave Ramsey. I think that Dave Ramsey probably does as good a job as anybody in that category. You're kind of behind the eight ball. You've got a lot of credit card debt. You don't really have any significant savings.
Simple, easy to understand.
His stuff, like, I don't think, when you get to a certain stage of wealth, and he would even say, I've heard him say it, like, he's not a financial advisor. Right, what he's telling you is how to fix the initial problem.
Right, yeah.
Right, and then when you build wealth, you get your first 20 grand or 50 grand or 100, whatever the number is, and you're right on the path. That's when a financial advisor becomes beneficial to you.
And I know we have a couple of events coming up actually soon here. What's that first one again?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
At the Roos Chris in Winter Park. We still have room at that one. So if you go to EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com, there's a drop down. You can register for the event where we, of course, will feed you a really nice meal. And my understanding is the topics are going to be talking about the questions at various wealth levels you should be asking. To your point, if you're 0 to whatever, you're closer to 0 than not, we're going to tell you what questions you should be asking. If you're 50 to 200 grand, you should ask these questions. If you're 200 grand to 500 grand, and so on and so forth. So we've set up a whole presentation on what questions you need to be asking, not necessarily of us,
right?
Of who, but of yourself in many cases. How do I get from point A to point B?
Yeah, just based on the information that you've seen over the last 40 years of doing this, you have a really good idea of what's been working for people across a lot of different spectrums.
I say this all the time. I work in a laboratory of money. I experience people doing all kinds of things, all kinds of ways. And, some of the fixes are pretty simple, but there's a lot of commonality of the people who are successful, and we just share that information with
you.
And
if you're not able to make it tomorrow in Winter Park, I know that the Roos Chris in Lake Mary on the 30th?
I think it's the 20th.
The 20th?
Yep, I believe that's correct. I don't know. Somebody check me on that. I've been in California. I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time.
Tell me about that one, and I'll look it up. It is the 20th?
See?
That's next Friday.
Yeah, so next Friday in Lake Mary, we have the same event with a similar presentation, and that is also at the Roos Chris, and we will also feed you a lovely steak.
Okay.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh, by the way, Scott, would you recommend, if you are the financial person in your family, bringing your non-financial partner to one of these events?
100%, and that always bothers me when somebody shows up. My husband doesn't care.
Right.
Well, again, your husband should care, and this is a good opportunity. I think a lot of people who are non-financial, quote-unquote, people are afraid they're going to be talked over, or they're going to hear jargon, and they're not going to understand it. You're not going to get that from us.
And trick them and tell them you're getting a free lunch.
That's true. That's not a trick. That's real.
And you have the receipts to prove that.
That's what I do.
And also, and you talk about being talked over. You're not, and especially that was one of the takeaways. And going back to Greg Rossler when he talks about Social Security, I mean, it just explains it to you like anyone can understand. And it's one of the great reasons he's a valued member of your team.
Yeah, Greg will be there, and he will be talking Medicare and Social Security benefits.
Very nice. And of course, if you go to EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com, you can go to the pull-down menus and make your reservation. It doesn't cost anything, but you do have to reserve the seat. That's for sure.
You do need to reserve the seat on the sheet, because that way we know how many. I know how many steaks I'm grilling that day.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be out there in the back of the truck.
That's right,
with a big green egg doing his thing.
Oh, you betcha.
All right, hang loose right there. Deb, what do you have for you? Heard it here first.
Well, Senator Rick Scott gives us an update on his bill that would make daylight saving time permanent. Meanwhile, the Florida Senate approves a medical freedom bill. Yeah.
Oh.
And heads up, when a NASA satellite is expected to re-enter Earth's atmosphere. Nothing to see here, folks. We'll talk about that next during You Heard It Here First.
All right, take a little break. We'll come back and get Deb's news. Get the hell out of here on a Tuesday.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Tuesday night forecast. Fog accumulating very late tonight, but it will start to clear out as we head into tomorrow morning as we see that sun on the rise. It will be a mild start to the morning with temperatures already in the upper 60s to start off your Wednesday, and temperatures only heat up from there. We are once again going to be back in the upper 80s with a couple of areas cracking in to the low 90s. A hot one before we cool back down. Our next rain chance moving in on Thursday.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Get a quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Guys, if you're thinking about redoing your backyard space this spring, check this out. You got to consider purchasing a Big Green Egg Grill at your local Tools Ace Hardware. Man, let me tell you, Tools has the largest selection of Big Green Egg grills and egg accessories in all of Central Florida. And if you don't know, the Big Green Egg is a ceramic Komodo-style charcoal grill, very famous, and it can handle anything you want to cook. You want to cook a steak, you want to sear that thing at like 700 degrees, they got you covered. You want to make a pizza? You can do that. You want to drop it down to 225 for about 12 hours to smoke a pork butt? No problem at all. Roast a turkey, the best you'll ever have. It'll even bake pies. And Tools Ace even services Big Green Egg Grills with local in-home maintenance and repairs available. You can get free assembly and delivery when you shop in-store at any of Tools' 14 convenient Central Florida locations or when you shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Feel the energy of $3,000 Power Hours, Saturday, March 14th at Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Clubs. We're dealing out $1,000 high hand payouts every 20 minutes from 11 a.m. to midnight. Power up your bankroll at Daytona Beach and Orange City Poker. The Big 50s Poker Tournament returns to Daytona Beach, Saturday, March 21st. This $350 buy-in single-day event has a massive $50,000 guaranteed prize pool. Cards are in the air at 11:10 a.m. Only at Daytona Beach Poker. Big wins await you.
Sunnyside Electric.
My outlets aren't working.
I can help.
Great. Send an electrician.
Do you have extension cords?
Ugh, here we go again. I should have called Frank Gay.
Plug the cord into your neighbor's house.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work, you need a qualified electrician who doesn't take shortcuts and will fix the problem right the first time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney. With my zero-fee guarantee, you won't pay a single dime unless we get you money for your injuries. No hidden costs, no upfront fees, just dedicated, hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait? If you're injured on the go, visit justcallmo.com or give us a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. It's that easy.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. I'm here to talk to you about something that a lot of guys don't like talking about, and that's low testosterone levels. You know, the truth is men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did, so it's a thing to deal with. And when you have low testosterone, you feel sluggish, you lose focus all the time, you have trouble in the bedroom. Nobody needs any of that. Get hold of my friends over at Red Mountain Weight Loss, redmountainweightloss.com. They'll help you get rid of that sluggish feeling. And if you call them now for a limited time, you're going to be able to get your testosterone levels set right, and they'll help you with GLP-1 weight loss medication. That's a $299 value when you give them a call now. That's redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com. Or pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword Red Mountain, and you'll be connected in seconds. That's redmountainweightloss.com. You'll feel a lot better when you get your testosterone right. redmountainweightloss.com.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Pavers Depot.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan.
Our friends at TK Law want to remind us to look ahead, so we will look ahead tomorrow morning on the Monsters on Real Radio. Ray Trenley will be in studio with the boys, and that should be a lot of fun. When it's time for you to look ahead for you and your family's future in the world of family law, trust the team at TK Law. I did my estate plan through them. You can as well. Wills, trusts, they do it all. It's TK Law. Online at onefirmforlife.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, what up, Colbert Show? Yeah, thank you. I had a really good time on the bourbon bus. I enjoyed drinking and sharing bourbon with new friends. That first bottle, I walked it up and down. After that, we started passing bottles. Jack, if you didn't get any of that bourbon, man, I'm sorry because you missed out on some good bourbon.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Jim, I'm curious which was your favorite out of what I had, but really, I just can't wait for the next one. It's going to be a good time.
So good, buddy. You're the man, dude. Thanks.
Jimmy, I just went and bought you a get well card. Not because you're sick, because I know you can do better. I'm very disappointed. Oh, and Jack, what concert only cost you 45 cents to get into?
I don't know.
50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
Oh my
You
God,
get it?
dude.
You get the nickel back.
We got it, dude. We're not dumb.
Yeah.
What's that mean? Look when the financial guy is moaning at your joke.
But at least it was money related.
Yeah, you're right.
That was rough.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
Speaking of the money guy, you guys wanted to make an update.
Oh, I hate to admit this. He was right. It's on the 31st. The Lake Mary event's on the 31st.
Yeah,
It's killing me to say that.
Yeah, March 31st, 11:30. So really, the number one thing to do is just go to EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. You can actually go to the menu and see all of the stuff that's going on. But it is super important to get your seat because if they do go and you get left out, there will be no vacancy for you.
I ain't cooking you a steak.
No room at the inn. By the way, these are unbelievable experiences. The people who go and contact us back via texting service say that it can be game-changing for you, and it doesn't cost you anything, and there is no hard-pressed sell. So go see them again. That's EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Good
Love
seeing
to
you,
have
Scott,
you.
as always, buddy.
Likewise.
Deb, let's do You Heard It Here first.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on The Jim Colbert Show.
Oh, poor Senator Rick Scott. He's still hopeful that his Sunshine Protection Act gets passed, though he says right now it's not being taken up by lawmakers.
There's enough people here that oppose it, so I have not been able to get a vote on it yet. But I think if you look at more and more states every year want to go to daylight saving time because people like the daylight at the end of the day.
Florida passed a law to do just that while Scott was still governor, but it takes an act of Congress and apparently God to make it official.
Yeah.
But well, that's funny because Ashley Moody has a competing bill that wanted to make it Florida Standard Time.
See, they need to get together.
Yesterday.
There's-
So
yeah, theirs is lock the clock.
which way are you going to go?
His is the Sunshine Protection Act. People just make up your mind.
And it doesn't matter because Rick Scott still looks like the bad guy from Poltergeist 2.
Fair.
No,
That's fair.
Yeah.
He's Lord Voldemort, without a doubt. Skeletor.
I wouldn't vote for anything you put up just for that reason.
That's weird.
Meanwhile, the
He
Florida
breathes water, by the way.
The Florida Senate is approving a new medical freedom bill. Senate Bill 1756 aims to expand and protect medical freedom in the state. Wondering what all that word salad means?
Yes.
All right, well, more specifically, the Medical Freedom Act would allow parents to opt their children out of school-required vaccines for personal or philosophical beliefs. Now, supporters say, hey, this bill promotes informed consent, but opponents are like, yeah, it's going to lower vaccination rates amid rising measles cases. And again, Florida is third in the country with the most measles cases. It's supported by Governor Ron DeSantis, so if House lawmakers pass it and the governor signs it, It will become law on July 1st. And then finally, a NASA satellite weighing a mere 1,300 pounds is expected to re-enter Earth's atmosphere tonight.
1,300 pounds, huh?
Yeah, more than 1,300
Wow.
pounds. According to NASA, re-entry is unpredictable. So the actual
that's good when a VW is hurtling at you.
so the actual time could occur within, let's say, a 24-hour window before or after 7:45 p.m.
I'll keep
Eastern.
my eyes peeled.
Who cares what time? Where?
NASA says the risk of harm to anyone on Earth is low. I'm still thinking not as low as winning the lottery. It's only about 1 in 4,200. Does that sound low to you?
1 in 4,200 chance of this thing cracking you in the skull?
Doesn't sound low to me.
Cracking a person, not you.
Now, backstory. The satellite was launched back in 2012 as part of a 2-year mission to study how the Van Allen radiation belts protect the planet from cosmic radiation
and it's radioactive.
And space weather. The mission exceeded expectations and did not end until 2019 once the satellites ran out of fuel and could no longer orient themselves toward the sun. So guess what, folks? They're coming back home.
Yeah, my God almighty.
And you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert
It's
Show.
coming right at us. All right, Deb, who do we have to thank today?
God for helping us avoid that 1,300-pound satellite.
Yeah.
But really, we want to thank Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. Yay!
Look at this world traveler.
Just in case you missed any of his timely financial information, his podcast has already been posted at The Jim Colbert Show. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen, Candace Rich, and Alicia Bulware for running our YouTube chat.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that as we do every single day. Jackson, question of the day.
Do you regularly shop at Target?
Really good job with that word, by the way. That's a tough one. It doesn't get enough credit.
Regularly.
Yeah, regularly does not get enough credit for being a difficult word to pronounce.
Arnold Palmer.
Thank
There you
I
go.
was just thinking that.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Target. Do you go to Target?
Do you usually shop at Target?
You know what? I think still I'll go 41% and say yes.
Just 20%.
Oh, God almighty, that's not good.
Maybe that's a sign of why they're doing
exactly.
the renovation.
That is a terrible polling for them. Are you a Target guy, Scotty?
I think I go there like twice a year.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Maybe a little bit more than that, but not much.
Yeah.
All right, coming up tomorrow, we'll have, we have Animal House.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, we'll have Scott Maxwell in tomorrow. We'll talk to Ross.
No, Scott will come back and talk about his dog.
Yes, Scott. Are you free tomorrow afternoon at about 4?
Unless a meteor lands on me, yes.
Cool. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon for 4 to talk about your new puppy.
A big show coming up tomorrow for you. On behalf of Deb, Jack, Scott,
Yeah.
I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
I don't think so.
If you missed any part of today's show, check out the Jim Colbert Show on demand. And for highlighted feature segments, listen to the Jim Colbert Show, The Goods. Both are available for free on the iHeartRadio app.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
That ramp from I-4 westbound to World Drive, we got emergency crews on the roadways blocking multiple lanes at the moment. I believe only one lane's getting by. Look out for emergency crews, police activity on the roadways there. Traffic's bumper to bumper. It's stopping